Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First of all, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakam
Yahweh, who the world inwardly calls God, Yahweh Shai, who the world inwardly calls Jesus. I want to give double honors to the apostles of great millstone who have taught us this truth. I want to give peace and blessings to the Hakim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and risk their life to do so. It's going to be a video, man, another weekend, another week out here to prophesy the downfall of America, man, and bring the truth to darkness, man, and bring the light to darkness. We're starting with this truth, man. And the Lord God is out here doing that before that end-all destruction comes, man. Why? Because the elect and the 1/3, they have to hear it, man. Right? The Lord speaks through his men. The Lord speaks through his prophets. See, in the time of Moses, because you got a lot of our people that don't believe it because we're saying it, right? But in the time of Moses, you had people like that as well. And then when they was like, well, let the Most High come down here and tell us. When he was getting ready to come down, it was, oh, never mind. When they saw the earthquake, when they saw everything happening, right? They was like, never mind, we'll just deal with you, Moses. You know, and that's what happened. You guys don't want the Lord to come and tell you himself. Okay, because what? The world is more wicked now than ever. I mean, look at America, man. Here it is. You live in a country where you could get a male, you could chop off his parts, man, and put another part there, and he could call himself a female. That's wicked, man. You know? So right now, we're set up as that warning towards our people, like, hey, you know, get with it, or stay here and get rolled over, man. Okay, because America is not going to be in your best interest, man. Here it is. It was built off of us, but our people don't hate it. Why don't you hate it? Here it is. It's built. They didn't give us nothing. It's built off of us. They didn't give us shit. And you people, our people love it. Right? Our people, oh, it's a land of the free. We can do whatever we want. It's a land of opportunity. It's a land of this and a land of that. Okay. Right? Okay. But guess what? Trusting in America is going to lead to your demise because your power is supposed to come first, man. You're supposed to be seeking who you are. Because they always, if you look in the scriptures, right, you go to the book of Maccabees, they always offered the world for us to turn away from the Lord, man. Which means what? The world ain't shit compared to what we got coming. Right? So it's always better to choose the Lord than to choose the world, man.
Yeah, because you said he sent the prophets to give you this word. Because the Heavenly Father is not going to get off his throne. That's not how the way he does it. It's Jeremiah 7:25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them.
Yeah, rising up early and sending them. Week in, week out, day in, day out. If we're not in a cheap place of concourse in your city, then you can get it on the unicorn, right? It's no excuse. This video is out there. We're out here, man. Contrary to popular belief, we are the Hebrew Israelites, man, period. Okay? According to biblical prophecy, man. They might say, well, can you trace your bloodline all the way back to that? Well, where will faith come in at, man? Give me that seek not endless genealogies in Timothy, 2 Timothy, probably. You know what I mean? Because people got to understand it, people got to know something.
I think it's beautiful that you're actually coming out with that precept, because earlier this week I had a dude come up to me at work, and I was wearing this necklace I have on here with the Lord's name on it. Yep. And he came up and he was like, you know, he said, what tribe are you from? And I'm at work, I'm sitting right next to my boss, so I kind of just, you know, kind of laughed it off. And he goes, well, I'm from the tribe of Dan. And I was like, I kind of got set back. I said, wait, the first thing I asked, I said, how do you know? And first thing he said is he went into his African ancestry genealogies and stuff like that, you know, looking it up, and you know, Ancestry.com, 23andMe, and so on and so forth, man. And these guys, he was saying something about the tribe of Dan going back to a dude named Chevy or Debbie or something like that, Dan. And I'm like, man, this dude is bugged the fuck out, man.
Well, yeah, because you got to know, tribe of Dan got put off, right? So, and you know, people say that, you know, people, one thing about Jake like to get too deep, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right? You don't, bro, just stick to the basics. Get the basics first, and after the Lord choose to give you meat, then you'll get meat, man. Right? Obviously, you're supposed to get both, but stick with the milk first, then go get the meat.
Right.
Right? Jake want to go into, okay, my father's 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 father, and then his father, and then this, bro, it's about faith at the end of the day, man. You know? Go ahead.
I got one for you. Okay. This is 1 Corinthians 13:9. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. You know, so right now we have what we need to get out of here, basically. You see all these extra things we're gonna find out once Yahweh Shai comes. Right. You know what happened to the tribe of Dan and all those other things that we're not 100% certain on.
Right.
But you see, we know what we have to know to get the fuck out of here, man.
Right. That's why the Lord said, "Hold what ye have until He come." The little bit that we got to cling on to it, man. Right? Because it's the only light that's here. The little bit that we have, we got to cling on to it till the Lord come. So we know enough, man. We know that, hey, we know we're Israelites. We might not know specifically what tribe, right? We can say, oh, Issachar, Benjamin, Judah, right? You can say that, right? But you never, as long as you're an Israelite, man, it's, we'll like the brother said, we'll get all the deepness when we have power, man. Okay, but right now we need to get what we need to get in order to have, so we can know better, right? So we can use our liberty to get ourselves right, not the liberty to mingle ourselves with the doings of America, man. Okay, go ahead. You got a brief?
Yeah, really quick, because you said that. Let me get 1 John. Looks like this is John. Simple. John chapter 8 and verse 32. Keep it simple. It's John 8 and 32. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So it starts there, man. Just being free from the mental bondage that's been placed upon you. You say you're from the tribe of Dan. This brother told me this story. I told that dude. I was saying in general, it's happy. It's a good thing to do. Knows he's not an African American. Let's start right there. You know, knowing you're a Hebrew Israelite. That's a good start, man.
Right.
From there, what the Scripture says, learn this truth and be able to teach others. The law, statutes, and commandments. That's what's most important.
Yeah, that's good. Hey, yeah, like your brother said, it's good to know that you ain't calling yourself black, you call yourself African American. You know what I mean? But just get the basics, man. You ain't gotta go down. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta go to the deep end and you can't swim like that. Because then you'll end up saying, "Oh, I'm from the tribe of Dan." Well, you got to understand what happened to the tribe of Dan, man. You know what I mean? And when you go to Revelation, it tell you who's going to be saved, 12,000 from each tribe, man. Okay? So at the end of the day, man, you want to get the basics, man, so therefore Go ahead.
1 Peter 2:2, as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
English genealogy.
And that's that's going into what the brother say, man. First and foremost, you just gotta learn Yahweh Shai, man. Learn everything, the name. You got to build up that foundation like the scriptures say, man. And the foundation already been set by other men, man. You see, the scriptures talk about entering into the labors of others. You see, that's what we come into, man. We came into, when the apostles, the elders, when we was still not even born, man, they were already laboring.
Yeah.
Establishing what we came into and are now adding, man. You see, so that's what this whole thing's all about. You see, but when you first do come in, just like a baby, right? That's what Yahweh Shai told Nicodemus, man. He told him, thou hast to be reborn again in spirit, man. You have to come in as a baby, because a baby, what does it do? It's a sponge, man.
Yeah.
And that's the way you got to take this truth. You got to forget everything you knew in the old world and come into this seeking the sincere milk, man, and grow thereby. And then once you get to a certain level, you start digesting that meat. You get more a complete understanding of the scriptures.
Yeah. You want to grab that Timothy? English genealogy? Yeah, man. You got it?
Nah,
Let me know when you get it.
I got it.
Oh, you got it? Go ahead.
This 1 Timothy 1 verse 4, and it reads, "Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which answer questions, rather than godly edifying, which is in faith, so do."
Yeah, which is in faith, man. And it's impossible to please the Lord without faith. Yeah, you got times to where you might harp on that, like, okay, well, try to figure out. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, as long as you're an Israelite, you know this truth. That's a blessing in itself, man. Right? And you wouldn't understand this truth and know this truth if you wasn't an Israelite, man. You know what I mean? Because the scripture said none of the wicked shall understand, man. So the wicked, that's why we can talk to Vocab till he blue in the face. He's not going to understand, man. Neither his comrades. They're going to come up with more precepts to back up to try to back up their philosophy. Like, if we bring out a precept, he'll say, "Oh, I got one for that too." And he counter punches, man. So it's better not even to deal with a dude like that, man, because you're not going to change his mind. Whatever he believes, that's what he's going to believe, man. But as long as it's edifying to the camera, so therefore whoever watch it can be like, "Oh, what them brothers are saying makes sense." Just like some of us. When we saw it, "Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Hold on, wait, what? We ain't Africans? Oh, okay, wait, I knew we weren't Africans. Well, that makes sense." And then you start tapping into it, and then you understand the truth of who you are, man. Okay, go ahead.
This is Matthew 7:6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you. And that's where you got to start using discernment, man. You got to check, see, hey, what is this man saying? And if you hear a spirit of folly in him, man, you separate yourself from that man. You don't keep company with that man. You know, you might, if the Spirit of tells you to deal with the man, well, that's a whole different situation. But just on principle, you're gonna put that man away from you, man, because you don't want none of that part of you, man. You see? So it says, ask and it shall be given you, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be open unto you, man. And there's a scripture that talks about how if a man lack wisdom, let him pray to the Father and the Lord will give it to you, man. But sometimes you gotta be patient, man. This is a process where we're coming off the world into, you know, something that none of us knew about, man. You know, and we're learning about it, you know, and growing. You know,
Yeah, you got to think. We reopening history, man.
that's it, bro.
You got to think about that. It's deep because the so-called white man and the heathen had us on pause for a minute, man. When we was in hard bondage, when we was enslaved, they had us on pause for a minute, man. They had us really thinking that we were Africans, man. You know, they had us really thinking that we were Africans and we were, you know, we come from Africa and this and that. When Scripture says that Jerusalem is the mother of all things, you know. So, but now we got this truth. It's a big thing because now it's like, okay, cool. The house of David is being built again and being established again, right in the land of our enemies, in front of our enemies, just like the Scripture said it will happen. That's how we know that Scriptures are real. It's a living book, man, because it tells you what happened, what's currently happening, and what's going to happen, man. Right? There's not a book out there, the Book of Mormon. What's the Arabs read? The Quran, right? Yeah, the Quran. Yeah, the book of the whatever other book. There's not other books out there that's gonna have prophecy in it that has happened, currently happened, is gonna happen. Go ahead.
I got you. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, man. You know, so there's not another script. That's why we don't got to go into a bunch of books. You ever heard of the book of this, heard of the book of that? I don't need to because I got all the books I need, man.
I got you.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
Right.
No one of these shall fail. None shall want her made. For my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them.
You speak on the book.
You know, and that's what we're supposed to do. You know, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, because what do Yahweh should say in Revelation? They are faithful and true. You know, everything that's written in the scriptures is going to come to pass, man, and it's coming to pass. You see, so that's what you want to seek out of, because that's a source that lets you know what the fuck is going to happen pretty soon, man. And it allows you to make preparements, you know, to make to put up those spiritual provisions, man, for in the day of famine. You know, when all this hell breaks loose, when the word is no longer accessible. You see, now you acquire the knowledge, bro, in the time of what? Of grace. You see, this time is coming to an end. So that's what the scriptures, Isaiah 55 goes in to seek ye out of the Lord while he may be found, man, while he is near. You gotta hold on to it, bro, because if not, it's gonna pass by and you're gonna be left behind. You know, what was that? That fulfills 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, where it talks about those that have loathed my law, man. When you pass by, man, back and forth, and you're hearing these words, but you're not taking heed to them, then there's a problem there, man. You know, James, the 2nd chapter goes into, you know, be ye doers of the word. You know, not hearers only. You gotta apply what we're learning, right, in our day-to-day life, and that's how you grow thereby.
Yep, that's why scriptures say, faith without works is dead, man.
Yep.
You can't just be a mouth servant, man, and say you believe. You gotta show that you believe, right? You gotta have works. You gotta have, because then how can you expect salvation if you don't have any works? How can you just say I believe, but you never prove that you believe? You never did, and you haven't been battle tested, right? So when it's time to go to battle, how can you expect to be delivered, man? You know, that's why scriptures say, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. So what should it be for you, man? Because if the righteous is scarcely be saved, what about the wicked? What about the 2/3 of our people? Right? Come on, man. You got to breathe.
Yeah, say that you doer of the word, man. This is James 1:22 reads, but be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. At the end of the day, it's your salvation. At the end of the day, bro, it's up to you and the Most High, bro. Like, brother works is not going to save you, bro. So if you didn't do what you got to do, you're deceiving yourself. Like, oh, I did it. What happened? I did enough already. That's a scary mindset to have. Oh, I did enough already. Like, no, bro. At the end of the day, you can't do it too much with the Most High. So hey, it's like, oh yeah, I know me Hebrew. Now I know there's way more into that, bro. There's way more. Knowing that you're like knowing who's your enemy, knowing how to achieve salvation, bro. Yeah. Going out on highways and byways that we're commanded to, man. Way more than just, oh yeah, I know. Like, you won't know.
Yeah, but Jake, stop at that. You know, Jake. A lot of Jake be like, oh yeah, I know what I am. But they'll still try to. You gotta understand, being a Hebrew Israelite comes with a lot. It don't stop at just you knowing you're a Hebrew Israelite, man. Because you got to understand the customs. You got to understand the holy days, the high holy days. You got to understand how to pray. You got to understand what to eat, what not to eat. If you go talk to a woman, what questions you have to ask, right? What type of man you should deal with. If this guy wants to be a friend, right? What type of man you know to deal with. If he has questions about the scriptures, you got to know if he on bullshit or if he's really sincere, right? You got to know. So it's you can't just say you a Hebrew Israelite because that come with a lot, man. It don't come. You don't just because we're not regular people. Okay, we're whole because when you become a Hebrew Israelite, now you're held accountable for certain things, man. Because what? As you being a Hebrew Israelite, you got to know better. You can't do as the heathen do because your punishment is not going to be like their punishment. You can't go commit adultery, right? You can't do the things that you can't go eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, right? Because now you're held accountable. That's a high title to have. It's not a light thing to say that. So you got to have works behind that, man. Now I understand we're not saved by the law, but we got to keep it to the best of our abilities, man. But who was the law given to? It was given to Israel. It wasn't given to the other nations. So you can't say you're a Hebrew Israelite, but you're still living like a nigga. Because a nigga is a heathen, man. Okay, a nigga, yeah, he's a Hebrew Israelite, but his ways are of that of a heathen, man. Okay, whoever got brief, go ahead and you grab your, I know he was holding for a minute.
He can go ahead,
Romans 12 verse 2, it reads, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah, because scripture said the fashion of this world shall pass away. Which means what? If this world was so righteous, if it wasn't wicked, why would the Lord want to destroy it? You got to ask yourself these questions. Which, okay. Well, America is supposed to be the greatest country on the earth, right? Why is in the scriptures why is it prophesied to be destroyed? So you got to ask yourself the type of questions. Then you start digging up and understand the poison of America. Okay, what it really represents. Who runs America? Okay, what goes on behind closed doors? Okay, oh shit, it was built off of, like you got to go into the history of America, then you understand that, this place nothing but wickedness, man. Right, that's why everybody want to come here and fulfill their lust, man. You got women from the Middle East running over here, trying to get over here to fulfill their lust that they saw in these music videos, that they saw in these movies, right, of them being whores and all that, man. And I'm talking from a personal experience. I've talked to a woman from Jerusalem, man. You know, I was like, what's the main difference between where you from, right? She's from Israel. Where you from? Versus America. She's like, well, over there I can't be a hoe, basically, is what she said. And this is a girl, she had fake ass, fake titties, fake lips, all that, man. Right? But she got it over here in America, so it goes to show you. That's why scriptures in Psalms 58:3, it talks about the poison, man. That's this poison that is spread that has to be stopped. Okay? And we're here to stop it. We're here to uncover the nakedness of America, man, whether you people like it or not. Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is good, what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh. So you can't be as like, oh, I know me. You gotta prove, you gotta transform your mind. So you gotta be, Lord knows you're wicked, man. So you gotta come out of this world. You can't just still be like, oh, I know I'm an Israelite, but you keep doing the cuss in this place, man. I mean, listen, bro, like, a lot of Jakes know they're Israelite. Yeah, they still smoke weed, they still eat pork, bro. Like people are the biggest hypocrites of all time. You know?
Right. And that's beautiful that you said that, man, because ultimately you go into the scriptures will allow you to identify what the Lord's will is, man, and what he wants you to do and what he doesn't want you to do, you know, which is beautiful, right? But also going into that works, man, Revelations 1:3, it says, blessed is he that readeth, because reading and getting the proper understanding, going into the breakdowns, proper breakdowns is part of, you know, this doctrine, man. It's part of the works, man, because as Yahweh Shai said, he said, until I come, give attendance to reading, exhortation of the doctrine, man, right? So we're supposed to be reading, man, getting into the scriptures, right? And if you also go into that word readeth, it goes into understanding, right? It says, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So not only is it allowing you to know, right, who your power, right, who he is, right, because he goes and lets you know through his word basically what he likes and what he don't like, man. So you're ultimately getting to know your power, man, right? So not only are you getting to know your power and who you are and who you're supposed to be, and you're also getting the understanding of the times that we're in and how to properly prepare for the times to come, man, you know, which is huge, right? That's what you should be doing, right? It says what, man, right? Wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom, man, you know. And that's what you're supposed to be doing, man. And that's, you do that by, you know, watching these videos, right, reading, right, coming out to the highways and byways, man, and getting taught, man, you know.
Hey, since you said that, go to Sirach 1, and you can start at 2, because wisdom is the chief thing. Why that brother get that? You brothers got any process? You got another one?
Oh, the brother was saying that going back to that word readeth, and go break it down, it means to distinguish between, to recognize, to know accurately, to acknowledge.
Right.
So you basically your knowledge and most time your knowledge and your power. Hey, bro, was like, man, that bro. It's a lot more like, oh, just seeing what it is. Like it's not a novel, man. You gotta acknowledge, all right, who am I as a person? Who is my heritage? Who are you as a people? You know, so that's a big confusion that a lot of our people don't understand.
That's right.
Who are we as a people? Who is we as a nation?
So you gotta go into the words too. You can't read everything by face value, man, because sometimes you'll find yourself reading something in the King James, the way it's phrased, that you might not comprehend, being that we've been in America for so long. So that's why apostles always push to go into the words, the Hebrew, the Greek, and all that, man, because it gives you a more deep understanding of what the Bible is. Because the scripture was that in Ezra, it talks about how the things uttered in the Hebrew, when they are translated to another language, they don't hold that weight.
That's Sirach, the first chapter right here.
It tells you that. In
Yeah.
the prologue, yeah. If you go to Sirach 1 and 19.
Can I get what that brother was saying first? Yeah. This is Sirach chapter 1 verse 1, about halfway down through because it's a monologue, but it says, for the same thing uttered in Hebrew and translated into another language have not the same force in them. So hey, proving what the brother said, man. That Hebrew, the Hebrew breakdown, man. True
And if you read the book of Sirach, it tell you that it was written with diligence, man. They were really laboring to write the book, man, which is a fear of the Lord, man. Okay, they were really laboring, man. So and that goes back into having works, man. How can you say you this and you that, but you don't have any works backing that and behind that, man? When every man in the scriptures has some type of work, even if they didn't want to go put in the work, they still wanted to go put in the work, man. No matter what excuse they might have.
Bro. And that's the thing the world don't understand, bro. That this is predestination, bro.
Yeah.
From the womb we were called to come do what we're doing, bro.
Yeah, that's
right.
That's why, like you mentioned, Jonah, man. Jonah, he didn't want to go do and prophesy against Nineveh, man. What did he do? He tried to run away. The Lord made a storm come, man, and the man had to grab him up and throw him out of the boat, because the Lord was gonna bring judgment upon them for that reason, because Jonah did against what the Lord wanted him to do, man.
Right.
But one way or another, the Lord brought him back to do what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So this is it's a spiritual thing, man.
Beautiful.
Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 1 and verse 19. It says, wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, standing. It says, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast.
Right.
The root of wisdom is to fear the Lord, and the branches thereof are long life.
Yeah. Because scripture say that, it said that he that hates the Lord loves death, man. If I'm not mistaken, man. So if you hate the Lord, you love death. You're not going to have, because the Lord is in control of all things, man. He directed the man's steps, man. And in order to get certain different things, like we were going into earlier, as far as the meat of it all, you got to get the milk first, man. You got to get some understanding. You got to have fear, man. And then the Lord will start opening up to you and giving you what he sees fit, man. But you got a lot of Jake that just want to dive right into it because of a permanence thing or a vainglory thing or a competition thing, when it's none of that, man. Because like this brother said earlier, his works can't get me saved. My works can get him saved. Right? Yeah, we're a camp, but we all individually have to work out our own salvation.
That's right.
Anybody else got a quick one? Keep going on that, though. Go ahead.
I got a quick one.
Both of y'all can get it, then we'll keep going.
You want me to go first? Yeah, first. Proverbs 21 and 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah. Well, which goes to show you that the majority of the world is in dead. They're in a dead state. Right? They're in the dead. If you look at it and you see that, people don't know what the fuck to do, man. They don't know what it is. Like, they don't know what to do because what? They trust in America, man. But scripture say, woe to them that trust in Egypt, which the modern day Egypt is America, man. You see the dollars falling, right? The SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, they failed, right? And I think they got bought by Citizens Bank, if I'm not mistaken, right? But that goes to show you, man, that you can't trust in this place because you don't know what the fuck gonna happen, man. You don't know what it is, man. But people think that you going into trusting America is really showing how comfortable you are, right? Because you don't think anything could happen to this place because you so used to tomorrow coming, right? And you so used to talking about yesterday, and you also used to tomorrow coming, man. But you don't understand that scriptures prophesy this place falling, man. What nation that was wicked, that ruled, didn't fall? What rulership didn't fall? Now they all, okay, some reigned for hundreds of years and all that, but they all came to a fucking stop. But when you go into the book of Daniel, it tells you that this is that last rulership before what? We get the kingdom, man. And that's going to be a rulership that's never ended. Why? Because it's going to be nothing but righteousness, man. And the true leaders are going to be ruling, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Hey, Khan, that's perfect. In the book of Proverbs, he says he set up men to give subtlety to the blind. That subtlety means to teach you how to multitask to the blind out there. So you go to work, you make it 9 to 5, but we're showing you also do this work, all right? This is Isaiah 44:1. It says, "Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel whom I have chosen." So as Jacob, you're a servant. So if you say you work at this spot, I'm going to ask you, what do you do there? Since you're a servant, right? So you know that you're a servant of the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. What do you do for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Because we're servants. One more verse out. Right. This is Isaiah 44:7. It says, "And who as I shall call, and shall declare it, and set it in order for me, since I appointed the ancient people, and the things that are coming, and shall come, let them show unto them." So if he's appointed you to be a servant, you should be showing the people what's to come. It says, "Who can but prophesy," right? So you should be out here, prophesying if you know you're an Israelite.
Hey, jump to 2nd Esdras 15:1 just to back that brother up real quick.
Come, this is 2nd Esdras, chapter 15 and verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy."
Yeah, because the Lord speaks to his men, man. The words of prophecy to say what's about to come, right? What's before, man. Okay, and we're telling you what, and the elders been telling, right? That what the collapse of America is on rise, and it's happening now. Look, it may not happen on your time, but it's gonna happen on time. Because when the elders and men like us say stuff like that, people be looking for, well, tomorrow it didn't collapse yesterday. Yeah. They so used to, but the Lord doesn't work on your time, man. He works on His time, man. Okay, go ahead. It says that in 2 Peter, man. 3, go ahead.
God says, "Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord."
Yeah, the Lord will put the words in our mouth, just like He did with every prophet, man. Right? That's why we out here bold as lions, man. Right? Because we ain't lying. We coming out the scriptures, then we can answer a question if we have it. Okay, go ahead.
God, verse 2, it says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true."
Yeah, they are faithful and true. They're going to come to pass, man. They're already coming to pass. Some of them already came to pass, man. Okay, go ahead with your pre. You can drop that. Let's get back into that Surah 1.
It's Habakkuk 2 and verse 3. It reads, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak."
Yeah, and we are at the end, man. Okay, but contrary to Papa, we are at the end, man. But you got a lot of people in the world saying that now. Oh, this is the last days. Ever since the China didn't drop the day, everybody dropped the dollar. Now it's me. All of a sudden we in the last days. But just 3 or 4 weeks ago, everybody was partying up. You had the Jesus parade and all that shit, right? Because you people. That's why the scriptures say, well, He's going to come as a thief in the night, because you people aren't watching. You don't understand how to line up prophecy with news, right? You don't know what to look for because you don't believe in Yahweh Shai, man. You believe in Jesus, man. Okay? You believe in what your pastor tell you. So therefore, you think that you could do whatever. You think you could come to the Lord, man. You can't choose the Lord. The Lord choose you, man. Okay, go ahead with your preach.
This is the book of John 3 and 17, 1 and 19. So it says, "For the Most High sent not His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved. He that believeth on Him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned." And so a lot of these people are condemned, bro, because of their unbelief. They got an unbelieving spirit. Just like we brought up last week in camp in Numbers, it talked about Caleb and the spirit that he moved with, man. You see, it described that spirit as a different spirit than that the rest of the people have, man. And the Lord liked that. Well, that's what we have right here, man. We have a different spirit that's vibrating in a different frequency, So it says, and men, Salaki, "But he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. And this is the condemnation, that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil."
Yeah, because their deeds are evil. They're deceitful, right? They don't want to get right, because what? Like I said earlier, it comes with responsibility, man. Now you got to hold yourself accountable. A lot of people don't want to hold themselves accountable, man. Because America doesn't make you, right? It doesn't make you hold yourself with any type of integrity. That's why people love it, man. Right? But that'll lead to your demise, man. It's what you don't fucking understand and what you don't know. Okay.
If I can say that word right there, that's cosmos. You know, make sure I put that out there. It's Christianity. Yeah, they run into that. Christians, people in Christianity, I don't even call them Christians no more because they ain't taking that word Christian out of context, man. People in Christianity run to that scripture all the time. But that Yahushua came for the world, meaning children of Israel, man. So I'm gonna put that out there.
Yeah, because he didn't come for everyone. Well, let's get Isaiah 14:1. Let's get that.
It's the book of Isaiah in chapter 14 and verse 1. It says, "For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land."
And which proves that the Lord is for Israel. He's a redeemer of Israel, and we're not in the land right now. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "And set them in their own land, and the strangers."
And what was one of the curses? When you go to Deuteronomy 28, I think 15 on down, you get into the curses, but we'll be scattered, man, across the four corners of the earth, man. Which means that we were in captivity across the four corners of the earth. Okay, so all these other nations has had us in the captivity. All right, but that was a curse. Okay, that's what it is. We're not in the land, right? When you go to 68, it tells you that we should see it no more again, man. Okay, but in the time now when the Lord come and redeem his people, redeem his men, we are going to see Israel again, and we're going to be in power, man. Because pursuing Isaiah the 2nd chapter, right? The law is going to come out of Jerusalem, man. Right? We're going to govern the world, man, because scripture said we'll be that top mountain. Okay? We'll be that top mountain, and all you nations will flow onto it. Go ahead.
It says, "And set them in their own land,
Yep.
and the strangers shall be joined with them.
Go ahead.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right.
And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids."
Yeah, for servants and handmaids. When you go to Isaiah 60, it talks about that, man. It talks about the strangers, right? It talks about the strangers. They're going to be giving us their riches, man, and serving us. But why is that an issue with the majority of our people, right? Why is that a problem? Should we serve them, right? They had us in bondage. They got us speaking English. They got the Northern Kingdom speaking Spanish, but not knowing, the majority of our people not wanting to know who they are. Some of these people, you got some niggas that's just stuck at being a nigga. That's all they want to know is you got some Issacharites or so-called Mexicans stuck in being that. They don't want to go past. They don't look for. What were you before Spain came? Before the conquistadors came, what were you speaking? And a lot of them don't know and don't understand that unless they got this truth. You know, so Stockholm syndrome on both sides, man.
Go ahead. They're going to pick Issachar, man, because Issachar, they basically saying that, oh, if you want to speak Spanish, you're not a real Mexican. That was they basically try to do. They're bro, ain't that's your land of your conquerors, bro. Yeah. You take so much pride in Spanish, like, come on, man. Yeah. They fucked us over. And you want to say, oh yeah, they're like, oh, Spanish, you don't speak that. What the fuck's wrong with you? Like you're so proud of speaking another white man's language? No. Like, shit, bro. No. It's the same shit.
No.
That's how you know that they're Israelites, you know? That's what Jake would do, man. Yeah. Just like the Southern Kingdom does it, the Northern Kingdom's gonna do it too.
Stuck in it. Stockholm syndrome is what it's called. Don't want to know nothing else, man.
Judah and Ephraim shall be oppressed together.
Yeah, that's what it is. But it takes a remnant, like the Lord has, to come out of that and say, well, okay, let's look deeper. Let's look deeper into it, man. Okay, what were we? Because in school, they'll tell you we started on slave ships. You know how humiliating that was, being in history class, and they showing you these lynchings of your ancestors, and they putting on blackface, and you got white people painting their face black with these big ass red lips, and the teacher tell you, if you got an issue with it, you can sit in the hallway. I'm like, damn, how I'm supposed to deal with this, man? And me and my homegirl, right, we just looking at each other. We the only two black ones, so-called black people in the class. We just looking at each other like, ain't this a bitch? Like, what the hell? Like, how the hell I'm supposed to feel, man? So that right there will fuel you to look deeper and say, man, what are y'all hiding, man? Who are we before we got on the slave ships? Okay, cool. And then when you look at ancient maps, you say, okay, Negro land, and then you see Judah, and then the slave port, and then what's Judah? Oh, then you link it up with, well, that's one of the 12 tribes, man. It's actually the head tribe. You know, you go into that, you start going into the, and then you start knowing, okay, I'm an Israelite, man. It's a reason why on west coast of Africa, right, they look different. Well, some of them, they look different, and their customs are different than those of east coast of Africa, because a lot of Hamites dwell on the east coast of Africa. That's why they got the features that they got and all that. But when you go in Nigeria, them niggas, man. When you go in Sierra Leone, when you go into Ghana and all these other places on the west coast parts of Africa, you wouldn't know the difference between my face, this brother face, and their face, man. Until they open their mouth and they get to talking at whatever they talk. You know what I mean? But it goes to show you that some of our people was left over there. Some of our people are scattered because we have some, you know, in Europe. As a matter of fact, before the Renaissance era, we ran Europe, man. Okay, we ran Europe, man. Okay, go ahead. You got.
Yeah, precept, because we know.
And I gotta say that because a lot of people don't realize and understand that they think Europe is just a white land. And no, what was Europe before the Renaissance? You gotta look into that. Look at the Byzantine Empire and all that, man. Do your history on the Moors and all that. Those were jakes that conquered and took over shit and killed so-called white men and got their women and impregnated their women, man. That's what they were doing. It's paintings and all kind of shit over there. And then during the Renaissance era, the rebirth, that's how you say rebirth in French, right? During the rebirth, that's when their era started to come in, and they've been ruling ever since, man. You know? Yeah, iconoclasm. Knocking off noses on statues, right? That's why, let's get that First Maccabees 3:48, right? That's where you get that Jesus pictures from and all that. Where you get that from, man? And then they come and serve it to our people, not knowing that that's a tactic, right? Because what? If your savior looks like your oppressor, how are you going to view your oppressor? You're not going to view him as an oppressor. That's why we got to break down and get back to the basics and break down what it really is, because you can't find that image nowhere in the scriptures, man. As a matter of fact, in the law, it tells you if a yellow, thin hair be in it, it is unclean. It's a sign of leprosy, man.
Hey, and just to add what you're saying, bro, to bring out some history on it, a lot of those kings in the medieval times, bro, the shit they did, that's just some, like, mighty men type shit, bro. If you go into the history, the different wars that were waged, the different tactics that were deployed, those were all Jakes doing that shit, bro. Even though it was Jake against Jake killing each other, a lot of maneuvers that they still use in these wars today, they got it from the war, different practices that were being waged in the 1400s, man. So hey, you Edomites did a very crafty deed, man, in basically taking the identity of our people and putting it upon yourselves, man. All those great men, all those kings of England, all those lineages, man, all those ancient royal lines, those were all Jakes, bro. That Esau just came by and infiltrated and said that was them, man, and painted all these paintings during the Renaissance.
The Anglo-Saxons. Those were Jakes, man.
Jakes, bro.
I think that's where you get English from. Those are all Jakes, man. Really, but they won't tell you that because what? They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to tell you your history, man, because then you start knowing the truth about them. Oh shit, well, if I was a king, then what were you?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then it's hard for them to control your mind. That's why they didn't want Jake to read. Right? Now Turner got a hold of the scriptures and it was over with, man.
There's a painting back in the days where Jake was painting shit, bro. The apostles bring it up. I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna look for it right now, but it's a painting where basically Jake has Edomites in slavery, bro. You have the darker people in power, and you have the lighter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly.
So you see, the history's there, bro. You just gotta look for it. But at the end of the day, what we use as our main source are the scriptures, bro. The Holy Spirit that's been given to us.
Right. That's how you know it's a beautiful thing, man. The scriptures it's a lot of history in the scriptures, man. You read about King David, talking about mighty men. Man, read about King David, read about King Solomon, man, and how smart and how wise he was. We got it last week. Queen of Sheba, she passed out, man, when she saw how he had everything in order, man. Go ahead. You got it.
Yeah, come on, bro. Just going into the oppressor, man. We know he divides and conquers. Like the brother said, you got one Mexican talking about, okay, I speak Spanish, but you don't speak Spanish, so he's on some higher level. It brings us back, man. You think about the slavery days in the 1960s when they had those water fountains, right? It says whites only and color. So no matter what kind of how good your Spanish is or whatever, you're in a category amongst your people, man.
Right.
That's what letting you know you are the children of Israel, man. You still are at the bottom, right?
They trip out the first president of Mexico, man. His name was Vicente Guerrero, bro. He was a Jake. He was black, bro. The history of the slavery, man. During slavery, the slaves over here in America, they used to flee to Mexico, man, because America wanted Mexico to make it legal for them to have slavery out there, and they were like, nah, and they would take the people in, bro. And that's why you have those Afro communities of Judah out there in Mexico still, man. Look it up. There's a city called can't think about it, but it's on one of those Vice and the Vice TV, and it basically is a documentary that they did of all the so-called Afro-indigenous people out there in Mexico, bro. Because the tribes were blending, bro. They were mixing. But a lot of that history was hidden from us, so that we could kill each other on the hoods.
I mean, I tell you what it all comes down to. British to blame for most of the world's troubles.
The British?
They brought slavery to America. They brought it to West Indies. They caused trouble in Israel. because the Arabs and the
Well, it was the
lived
Jews.
together.
The Jews did all that, man.
do
They founded the transatlantic slave trade.
Right.
A lot of the first
Well, yeah, well, I'm not
the first ships.
I'm just saying.
But you're saying that the British, and it wasn't the British.
But
It
it
was
was the
actually
British after World War II.
Ashkenazi Jews that had control of the earth at that time.
But
They
I'm
were getting
saying
control of it.
the Jews and the Arabs lived together for quite a number of centuries without any problems. After right near the end of World War II, the British wanted to get the Jews.
Get that in Amos, bro. The Grecians have so much sons for wine and
They wanted to get the Jewish vote, so they promised a homeland.
Well, do you believe? Let me ask you a question, man. Do you believe that those Jewish people in Israel are the true Jews?
I think probably most of them are from New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, really, are from a part of Europe. But do you think that they're God's people?
If they were, they wouldn't be doing the shit they're doing now to Palestine.
well, that's Job 9:24. The earth has been given over to the hands of the wicked. Who controls all the banks? Who owns? I don't know if you know BlackRock, Vanguard, all these major corporations that basically own the whole world.
Yeah.
You see, and those are the men
We
that
have our
we're
own,
coming.
we have our oligarchs right here in the United States. Yes.
Yeah,
It's not about religion. It's about
well, they use religion because it's part of the Bible. The scriptures say that 3 spirits came out, so they used religion to
I was
indoctrinate
raised
and control the
Catholic.
people.
I was raised Catholic.
What are you though? What's your
I'm an
father's?
agnostic now.
What's your father's ethnicity? What's your bloodline?
I'm Slovak, Portuguese.
No,
and
your
Irish.
father. Your father's ethnicity.
My father was Slovak. My
Slovakian.
father was born here, but his parents were both Slovak.
Slovakian.
So we know oppression too,
Okay.
from the Hungarians.
Right, but you understand that the true biblical Israelites, they went through oppression like no other.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at every group, it's been off and on.
Well,
for
but
centuries.
right, I hear you, but scriptures say that no people weren't done like Jerusalem.
Yeah,
the true
who wrote
biblical.
those scriptures?
Say it again.
Who wrote the scriptures?
God's men, Israelites.
The scriptures say, "Great was the company of them that
I
published
mean,
it."
So,
most of
do you
what was
believe in the
New
Bible?
Testament, there are many books that they didn't include.
But let me ask you a question. Do you believe in the Bible?
No,
You don't. Oh, you don't believe in the
no, I
Bible.
do not. It's
Okay.
an invention of man, created by people who had their own interests.
If I may say, bro, it doesn't. You say that because the Bible doesn't benefit you, man. Because the Bible condemns your people, the
I'm
so-called
white,
white
for
people.
God's sakes. I could
Well,
pass.
you're an Edomite according to the Bible.
Right.
I mean, I could pass.
There's different people.
You can
in
pass
the
for
Bible.
what though?
Yeah.
Pardon?
You can pass for what?
Anglo-Saxon.
Well, we just Anglo-Saxons were black.
That's when we're just going into it.
Did you know that?
Most of the Anglo
They were the sons of David.
Saxons,
I'm not mistaken.
most of the ones I know came from Germany. And ended up
Well, you got to do your research, man, and understand that.
Well, I
Now,
do.
let me ask you a question about Europe. You know who ran Europe before so-called white people ran?
a variety of folks.
Who?
The,
Mainly.
the Goths, the Romans. I mean, there's been everlasting, the Vikings, the
You know the true
Lithuanians.
Vikings were black, though? Did you know the true Vikings were of a darker hue?
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't seen anything that indicates that. But again, I wouldn't be surprised because just like I found out, I went through, 12 grades, 4 years of college. I enjoy history. I enjoy stuff. When they taught about the Civil War, do you think they mentioned anything about slavery? Of course, I grew up in North Carolina, so
Right.
there's that. And then the thing like this Tulsa riot,
Okay.
where they went in and massacred people.
Yeah, what about it?
I never heard of it until the last 5-6 years.
Okay.
Think how aggravating. And when you look at it,
So let me ask you a question. Do
I'm
you
so
think
tired of people saying.
do you think
America is
so-called
the
white
land
people are evil? Just based off history, do you think so-called white people are evil?
not all of them, but there's a fair number.
Like, do you think the mass majority of them are evil?
No, I think most people, I think the majority of people, when you get away from government, just want to live and let live and be left alone and do their thing.
Okay. All right. Well, I just want
But
to tell
government
you.
gets involved. You got the special interest.
Do you think
involved.
America's a wicked nation?
Well, when you look at it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Do you think America's going to be destroyed?
All of the nations are destroyed.
No, America. I didn't ask you about all nations. America. Do you think America's going to be destroyed?
Yes.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah.
The Bible talks about it. The Bible talks about this place being destroyed
Yeah.
by 200,000 missiles, which is 200 million missiles.
There's-
But you know why this place is going to be destroyed? Because it's wicked. You know who runs America? So-called white people. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Now, white people, right? They're Esau in the Bible. right? When you read Obadiah, it talks about I know you don't believe, right?
Yeah,
Which we don't, but we do.
Well, that's
right?
fine, and that should be okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
But I just want to tell you, being that you are, you know, you possibly you don't believe in the scripture, so I
I'm
think
an
you're
agnostic.
Edomite.
I don't know who has the right.
But we know. But I just want to tell you that.
Judge people. I judge it by their actions. You look at all these so-called Christians.
We
who
want to tell you,
support
if
Trump,
you are an Edomite, you will be destroyed.
That's right.
And then guess what?
I'm gonna be dead in 10 years probably anyway.
Yeah, but guess what? If you are dead in 10 years in
Yeah,
the kingdom, when we are ruling, you're going to be in captivity, in slavery. You know that? You know the Bible talks about that. And then after that, you know what's happening to white people after that? There should be no more a remainder of the house of Esau. It talks about it in the book of Obadiah.
That is a no.
You're not worried about that? You don't care about it because you don't believe it.
I mean, I just don't think so.
Well, Scripture says none of the wicked shall understand anyway. But we do want to tell you, being that we are prophets, we do want to tell you, man, that Edomites and all these other nations, right? If you're not one of these people, right, which are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Well, to me,
Well,
when I see Israel, I think of fascist. I think
Okay.
of Netanyahu. I think of the oppression of the
the who?
Palestinians.
Okay.
And the
What
people
about
that
the
are-
oppression of the blacks and the Mexicans, the Latinos?
That's all here.
But what about? How do you feel about that?
It shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't
Shouldn't
happen.
happen.
Did you benefit off of that?
I've been alive for not quite 70 years.
What about your father? Did he benefit off of that?
He was born in 1914.
Oh, did he benefit off of it?
I think we all did.
No, we didn't.
Nope.
We did.
Well, technically you
Let's
did.
get Isaiah
You went to,
14,
did you
21.
go to school?
Say it again.
You went to school, right?
What does school have to do with anything I just said?
It's paid for by
Okay.
taxpayers.
Okay.
So,
But I think we all pay taxes.
yes, we do. All
You
the-
got kids?
Yes, we do.
Did they go to school? So what's your point?
Right.
Let's
I'm
get
just
Isaiah
saying,
14,
we
21.
all benefit.
Check this out real quick before you go.
Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers.
So we got to tell you this because Scripture said, "Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers." Right? Do you believe in like so-called karma?
Sometimes I like to believe so, but who knows?
Who knows? Okay.
You know, sometimes
Let's
it's
finish
just
that and grab that.
coincidence.
Before you go, finish this.
that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities.
Because if you're an Edomite, the Lord hates you, man. You know that, right? Now I know you. Now grab that.
Again,
I got a quick one, man. You know, because your whole demeanor, the way you're nonchalant about what we're telling you, man, proves the scriptures that you are those people. You know, Psalm 73 and 8. They are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens, and their talk walketh through the earth.
Right.
See, because you go throughout the world saying what you got to say because you believe in your mind. That you're like a
just
god, man.
you
And
say what
and you know everything.
believe.
You know.
So,
No, well, but we're speaking.
You believe what's written there.
We're
That's
speaking.
fine.
We're speaking out of the scriptures, though. You know what I mean? Of a
Okay,
book,
fine.
of a living book.
Again, I could go grab some books and come out and start reading off of those.
Yeah, but are
But
those
when
books?
it boils down
But one
to
thing
is
about those
who
books,
actually
though.
wrote the books, what was their
Gotcha.
interest in writing?
But can I
And
explain
how-
something else to you?
Was I there when it was written? No.
Let me
So
explain
how do I
something
know?
else to you. You know, this the Bible, right? Has prophecy in it. You know what prophecy is?
Yeah, I don't believe. I don't believe the Bible. Let's just say that.
I got you. Do you believe like a mass flood ever happened in the earth? You believe in Pangea?
Well, we know there's catastrophes, just like the Ice Age, and so.
But
on,
I'm
so
asking you,
on.
do you believe a mass flood happened? Do you believe the world was flooded before? Or
One
no?
point in time in geologic time.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that's in the Bible, right?
Well, yeah, because they probably experienced all the water. You also know that the world is not round and you fall off the edge.
Oh, it's flat? You think the earth is flat?
What?
Huh?
If you read certain things, that's what you believe.
You ever met somebody before you go, and all your years of living, you ever met somebody who walked off the earth? No, yeah,
That's why-
but you still believe it's flat?
But I've also flown. No, I don't believe.
Yeah, we've flown too. I just got
Yep.
off
And
the plane.
and I can tell the Earth is not flat.
Oh, we don't think it's flat. We think it's
I don't
round.
either. I'm
Oh,
just
okay. I
saying.
thought you thought it was
No,
flat.
you can read books that had.
Yeah, but there's no evidence. It's not going to back up anything.
No, true.
But in the Bible, there's evidence in a lot of things
again,
back it up.
what was written in the Bible. by
Yeah,
who?
but they
I
were
don't
written,
know.
but they were inspired by God. And how could
So
these
they
men? But let me
say.
ask you this though: how can these men prophesy of things that happen, and those things actually happen? What other book can you say that you can read that did that?
Well, supposedly there's a bunch of books out there that talked about.
But you don't know one other one but the Bible.
I don't.
But I'm not here to convince you anyway.
Yeah,
but go
you're
ahead.
not going
This is first.
I don't want to convince you, but listen. Guess what? If you do die in 10 years, right,
10 years.
you're gonna wake up and change. I just want to let you know that.
You never know. Well, according
If
to
you were Edomite,
according to the Catholic Church,
but I don't
I'm
care.
gonna burn in the pits of hell.
Yeah, but the Catholic Church is.
But I'm gonna be joined by one hell of a good group of folks.
Okay, go ahead, grab
John Kennedy, the Beatles.
1 Timothy 1:4. Neither give heed to fables and endless genealogies, which minister questions, rather than the godly edifying which is in faith. So do.
Okay.
All that you believe, fables, man. Yeah. Your whole mindset is a fable.
But
'cause
listen,
you're
man,
believing in
I get it though.
Ah.
It's not the wicked shouldn't understand, so we understand that you're not gonna understand. But being that we're prophets, we are telling you what's gonna
Okay.
happen, man.
Well,
You know what I mean? So that's that. You were talking about Britain and all this and all that as if you're not an Edomite, as if you're not just as responsible for what they've done to our people. And if you're not,
but you're
then
not
that's
the
why.
only ones who had problems either, Frank.
But you know, what do you mean? Who went more? Okay, what was more vicious than the transatlantic slave trade?
Pictures right there.
What was more vicious than that?
The Romans.
What was more vicious than that over there?
The Goths, the Visigoths. There's been,
It was things more vicious than that over there?
there were vicious people throughout.
No, but I'm talking about captivities. Was there more vicious captivity than what happened to the so-called blacks and
Well,
Latinos?
we can also say what happened to when the Egyptians took the Israelites.
We are the Israelites.
We are the Israelites, but that was
I'm
bad
talking
too.
about the guys who own Israel now. Those folks who.
So you think those are the true
Oh,
biblical?
they're milking they're milking all they can.
But I
for
just
what-
thought you said that you don't believe that they're God's people.
No, I don't.
So who could be God's people if they're not God's people?
I don't know that anybody's God's people.
Because you don't believe in God, right?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, this ain't for you, man. This ain't for you, my
I just
man.
know these guys are.
They're what?
This guy is probably the absolute worst.
Yeah, all those guys. Yeah,
I would not shed a tear if he died.
yeah, yeah. Us either. Us either. I see. That's why he's on
Of
there.
course,
That's
you
why
don't
he's.
have the one I
false
really
prophet.
hate on there, but I guess he's not considered a prophet. Fucking Trump. That's who I'd like to see.
You don't like
burn
Trump?
in hell. Oh, I hate the motherfucker.
I got you. But scripture say, hey, a nation divided can't stand, man. Look,
One of
you
the
got,
reasons I wouldn't
hey,
say
look,
that
you got Edomites that
because
don't
I have
agree.
allergies.
Well, Edomites,
Also,
man,
I
that is
have
what it is,
I don't
man.
want
But that's
to-
why, look,
But the other one says, I'm not a fucking Trump.
yeah, he's into politics and all kind of. All right, man.
Okay,
Have a
take
nice
care.
one, man. Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy talking to you. I mean, you can raise all sorts of questions, and
I mean, it's like
Who am I to
I
say?
want to ask you questions, but you know, it's pointless because it's like you don't believe in anything. It's like talking to
I'm an
water.
agnostic.
Huh?
I'm an agnostic.
What is that?
It means basically,
Atheist.
well, an atheist doesn't believe there's a God. I am saying an
You believe in a
agnostic.
higher power?
There's something going on in this universe. I don't know what it is, who it is.
But you believe in like in a higher power? You believe in a higher power?
I think there's probably something.
Do you believe in the man they call Jesus? You believe he ever walked the earth?
He might have, but he's not who they claim he is.
Who is he? If they not who he said?
He might have been a philosopher, prophet kind of person.
A philosopher,
But
prophet.
as far as
Do you think it was white?
probably not, based on where he,
His geographical?
the geographical amount. Back then, chances are he was rather dark skinned.
A dark skin? Yeah, scriptures talk about it. Yeah,
Because
he's
he
dark
was, most of the Jews would be of darker skin,
That's true.
if not for the ones who went to Europe and intermingled.
That's true. That's true. It's true in a little bit of degree. Because the true biblical Israelites are darker skinned. As a matter of
And the
fact,
other thing you'd be, a lot of these Trump sorts, I call them, if they did their genealogy, they would find out probably, especially if their ancestors were here before 1900, they probably had some dark skin in it.
yeah. A lot of so-called Europeans have because that's why I asked you about.
Well, I'm talking
before the
about
Renaissance.
a lot of slave owners interacted.
There's that too.
In the
Yeah, there's that
biblical
too.
sense, yeah.
There's that too.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Well, that's where the wheat and the tare. Well, you don't read the Bible, but you see the Lord's going to separate all that. The Lord's going to deal with all that.
Again, we'll
But
see.
then again, you don't believe that there is
I'm
God, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to argue with you that you're
No,
wrong.
you're fine.
I just don't know.
Yeah, you're fine. We're not arguing. We're just
Well,
asking the question. That's
Yeah, I'm not going to try to tell you something. Who am I?
yeah. Got you. You're fair enough, man. What's
So,
that?
you're free to believe what you want. That's,
Okay.
At least for now. Who knows what
what could happen, right?
We can get rid of some of these Republicans, so maybe, you know, they'll be more guaranteed.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyway, y'all
But yeah,
take
this
care.
is why you can't. This is why a Babylonian nation, a Babylonian system is dangerous, because it's like you got a group of people who don't believe, you got a group of people who do believe, and this is like you're gonna have nothing but confusion, man. But yeah, man, he's an Edomite. He's going into captivity, so we told him it is what it is, man. But go ahead.
Yeah, precept, man. And it's beautiful in his times to have the eyesight to see the truth, right? And for many years they enjoyed the Bloods of Crips after each other, just watching them destroy themselves. I like this gentleman talking about Trump this, you know, Democrat this, you know, whatever, Republican this. You know, they hate each other. And that's what the brother said, man, that house cannot stand. But this is Job 30:8, talking about this fool, because, you know, the scripture says a fool says there's no God, man. Job 30:8, they were children of fools, so he's just a children of his forefathers, which have been fools, man. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. So we got the, you know, through his spirit, he's Edomite, you know, in my opinion. It says they were viler than the earth. And I got the definition of vile. The vile means they're foul, nasty, unpleasant, and bad, man.
And they speak lawfully concerning oppression, because it's not, you know, he, you know, was so quick to point the finger, but it's like, well, we all been through that. Well, who been did like Israel, man? Here it is. You know you're Slovakian. What the fuck you say? Slovakian, right? It's Slovakian, right? You know that you're, you know, whatever you are. But here it is. They had us thinking that we were something that we were not, man. So what captivity was worse than that? What captivity? When did a nation get built off his people's back, man? He don't. But they don't. They quick to point fingers and all. So it's just like talking to people like that is just. It's kind of retarded. It's kind of redundant, because they don't believe. It's just like he believe it's a higher power, but he don't believe nothing. It's just, but that's your average American mind, man. It goes to show you they're docile, man. They're docile. They don't understand anything, man. Nor do they want understanding of anything, man. You know, because he ain't really asked us no questions, but he came up with some, yeah, you know, some bullshit. But
Well, because honestly, all he wants is like, so do you believe in higher power, right? And like, oh, basically, it says they're spiritualists, right? But truly say they don't believe in the Most High, man. They don't believe in a higher power. They believe at the end of the day on themselves. So honestly, bro, like and not the word of bro, they just don't believe in a higher power at the end of the day. This is Psalms 14, verse 1. If he is a fool, said it in his heart, there is no God. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. And that do basically it, man. He's like this. Honestly, him believing in a higher power shows that he got to like, have some responsibility. But he truly doesn't. He's like, oh well, this, that, and the other. Just quick to just be neutral, man. Like, hey, bro, to be is, hey, let your yay be yay, let your nay be yay, or let your nay be nay. Still pissed. Either you believe or you're not, bro. So there.
And that's why I told him too, because he thinks he's God, bro, and that's the mindset of an Edomite, bro. Obadiah says, "The pride of thine heart have deceived thee." This motherfucker actually believes when he walks and says what he says that he got it, bro, and that everybody else has to listen to him. You see, but now where he's felt opposition, man, with the men of the Lord. That's where the whole scripture is going into who shall stand up against me, against the evildoers, man. Hey, this is the war that we're waging, man. You know, breaking down those strongholds. Because a lot of our people, man, if they hear this so-called white man speak, they're gonna believe the shit he's saying, man. They're gonna start believing, oh, well, there might not be no God because the white man's telling me that there's no God. You see, so that goes back to what the brother was going into too. How what was that word where Jake just loves their master and shit, their slave master, Stockholm syndrome, man. You know, so that shit's real, man. You know, our people really are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. You know,
Got it, bro.
you got a pre.
I just got just a few definitions for vile, man, because he fits the T. Going back into vile, man, it says disagreeable, and that's what you can expect from the so-called white man, man. It says he's abominable, offensive, disgusting, hateful, low, base, and last one it says sorry, because ultimately he's going to be sorry because the brother told him his judgment, he's going into captivity. He said he might not be here in 10 years. So, but that's why your children's going to pick up that tab. Heavenly Father got that judgment placed. No, you can't escape judgment, man. That's the beautiful thing. That's why the scripture says, is this the man that caused the world to tremble? Is this the man? This man right here, man, that don't believe in the higher power? Man, scripture says reign supreme again.
Yeah, every time, man. And it's, you know, you can't really ask them no direct questions, because they're not gonna give you a direct answer, man. They're gonna give you, you know, just what they think and what they hear. So it's just like, you know, but that's your average. It's not really a knock on him. It's just that's your average mind of America. That's just, you know. But these people are in a docile state. It is what these motherfuckers don't even know how banks work. You know, they don't even get it. They don't even understand, man. So we're just like, we here full of dead people, man. You know, that's why it's a blessing to have this truth, man. And I understand that, man. You know, because I mean, what else these people gonna believe in? Right? They believe in America. What else they gonna believe in, man? They ain't got nothing. They don't understand nothing else, man. But America is gonna soon be to your downfall, man. You know. Go ahead. You got a pre? No. You got a pre? No. Let's get Brew 2 and 30 because I mentioned something. Let's get Brew 2 and 30, man. You know, because in the land of our captivity, we're being raised up, man. You know, we're being raised up and we're proving it, man. You know, that's how you know that it's not this thing. It's not of men. Scripture said if it was of men, it should come to naught, man. You know, you got it. Go ahead.
Ruth 2 and verse 30, and it reads, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captives, they shall remember themselves."
Yeah, and America is one of the land of our captivities, man, and we are remembering ourselves. That's why I was telling them, do you understand that this book has prophecy in it? You know, he said, I could bring a bunch of books in, and you know, their go-to was men wrote it. But okay, all right, men wrote it. But who, even if the Lord wrote it himself, what makes you think that you'll be able to get your filthy hands on it, man? You know, but people had that mind. I want the Lord to tell me. No, you don't, man. No, you don't, because Scripture said, who teaches like him? You know, Scripture said that the Lord asked us 1,000 questions, we couldn't answer one. But yet you want the Lord to come tell you for you to believe. That's the mind of an arrogant person, man. You know, no, the Lord works through his men. He always has, if you understood the Scriptures. Right? He always worked through his men, man. Okay, that's why we got it in second Ezra, the 15th chapter, man. Keep going on that.
Right on. Verse 21, and it reads, "And shall know that I am the Most High of their power, for I will give them a heart, ears to hear."
Yep, the Lord will give us a heart and ears to hear, man. Right? Which is mercy, too. Okay, because it's you could be out here like a 2/3, man. Not knowing what the fuck going on, man. You know? Go ahead.
Come on. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity.
And again, we are praising the Lord in the land of our captivity, man. Which is prophecy, man. Okay, go ahead.
And think upon my name.
Right, which the Lord name, the Father name is Yahweh, the Son name is Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, not Jehovah and Jesus. These names they try to give you. Right? They try to disconnect you from your power, man. But yeah, we're the bad guys because we're telling you the truth. Nah, man. You know, whoever want to keep the truth away from you is the bad guy, not us. You got to bring
Yeah, combo. It's like Micah 2 and 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It will destroy you, even with a sword destruction." So this is an example why this is not our rest. Those that rule over us are basically fools, man. He said that the Negro, Latino, Native American, what we have benefited is because we go to school. So they equivalent us going to school as a damn benefit. Where we go to school, we get indoctrinized even more and more where the truth is not there. So how is that a benefit to us? This is why you have to rise and depart, man, because this stuff will continue to go on forever. Like it tells you in Psalms 49:11, this is their mindset, to keep you at this state so he can walk around in a decent shirt and go to the finest restaurants. This will continue, man, if you don't wake up, because they're only probably going to destroy this place. One more verse, huh? Verse Micah 2 and 12. "I will surely assemble, O Jacob, all of thee. I will surely gather the remnant of Israel." So it's about that remnant. "I will put them together as the sheep of Basra, as the flock in the midst of their fold. They shall make great noise by reason of the multitude of men." Out here making great noise, man. And they ain't going to be able to shush it up, you know?
Go ahead.
Come on, Jeremiah 49, verse 12, and it reads, "But thus saith the Most High, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have surely drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself."
See, they think they're going unpunished, man. They think that they could just get away with, you could just do this to people and just get away with it, right? But they speak lawfully concerning oppression, man. That's why I have conversations with Edomites and heathen, it'll piss you off, man. Because they don't have any respect. You can see it's a clear difference, man. They don't feel sorry. They don't have any, but it's okay. That's why I told them, man. When you're gonna wake up and change, man. If you do go, you're gonna wake up and change, man. You know, go ahead.
I got one for you, bro, because it backs up what you're saying too. Because yeah, people been in slavery, man. People gone into slavery, but you took the Lord's people, bro. You took the apple of the Lord's eyes. You see, so right here in Zechariah 2 and 8, "For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that touches you, touches the apple of his eye." You know, he killed millions upon millions of our people, man. You know, both from the southern and northern kingdom, man. Yeah, he could have killed all the Chinese he wanted to, but the Lord don't look at it that way, man. Once you fuck with his sheep, with his people, man, that's where you created a big issue with you and the Heavenly Father, man.
Right.
That's what the scriptures say, that the Lord got a controversy against the land. You see, because the way they acquired this land, man, was on the back of our people, you know. You got it.
God, this is Psalms 50. You want to verse 21? I can start at verse 16.
No,
I'll build it up. It says Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked, God said, "What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" Because most of them, he's just like the elites. They don't believe in the Most High, man. All right, verse 19. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, thy tongue frameth deceit. That's what you can expect for the white man, deception all night. The verse you call for. These things hast thou done, I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Yeah, because in your mind, none has been happening to you. You think you've been getting away with it. But scripture said that the Lord's eyes is 10,000 times brighter than the sun, man. So there's nothing you've been getting away with that the Lord haven't seen you, man. Right? That's why everything is going to, that's why scripture said what? Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. When you go, like I was telling you, when you go in the book of Obadiah, it said there should be no more remaining of the house of Esau. So that means that these people are going to be obliterated, man. Okay, go ahead.
It says, but I will reprove thee.
Because just like we didn't follow the law, statutes, commandments, and we got put into captivity, right? And you did what you did, and you did it all the way to more than the max. Don't think that the Lord is not going to have a punishment for you. Okay, go ahead.
God, it says, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
And that's what's happening, man. And they don't like that. You know? Give me that in Baruch 4, it's the last verse. Go ahead.
It says, now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver.
That's it on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it on that. Yeah, man. You know, you thought that the Lord was altogether such as one of yourself, man. Because you think you got away with these things, but you didn't get away with them, man. Let me know when you're there, brother. You didn't get away with them, man. You got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Luke 4, and verse 37, it reads, Lo, thy sons come, when thou sendest away, they come gathered together from the east and the west.
Yeah, we come gathered together, both the southern and the northern kingdom, man. Both gathered together, man. Right? Teaching Yahweh Shai, man. Preaching Yahweh Shai and believing in it. Okay, go ahead.
It's gone. By the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh.
In the land of our captivities, this is what we're doing, man. That's prophecy. This is what we're doing, man. And we telling you, if you can get it, get it. Right? Or you're going to be left out here, man. You see what's going on? You think America's going to last longer than what it's lasting? You tripping, man. When the money goes, then what? People morale declines, man. Okay, that's when you go in 2nd Ezra, the 15 and 16 chapter, man. Right? You know, you're going to be looking at your neighbor for something to eat, man. You know? There's going to be chaos in the city, man. It's going to be chaos, man. You know, and if you don't have this knowledge, you don't have the backing of the Lord, then you fucked, man. You know? Go ahead, you got to print.
Yeah, quick one, man. This is Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power.
And I'm not saying we know we got, you know, we know we just protected. I'm not saying that because Scripture said the righteous will scarcely be saved. But we have works, man. So therefore, we have works. We're, Lord willing, we're better off than the one who don't have works, man.
We're trying.
You know? Go ahead. Let's get that in the 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, man. They receive blessings but not have no meat.
2nd Ezra 9, verse 10. Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power and will not at all acquit the wicked. I brought that out, man, because he come up here saying he's agnostic or whatever, these new terms they throw out there. They bring these terms up because they're trying to duck and dodge judgment.
Basically an atheist, bro.
Yeah, well, I dove into just a little bit that new so-called religion that they pushing. They believe in some type of high power, but it has nothing to do with the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son. It's like a group of powers up there that they believe in. It's some weird shit. But basically, the point is, just because he don't believe in the Holy Scriptures, he doesn't fall under the judgment that is written in the Scriptures. So then, for the cling to something else, a fable. You have to dive away from reality, man. But we up here with that reality check every day. Every week we got that reality check for you, man. It says the Heavenly Father will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath His way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of His feet. So, you know, it's heavy because he don't believe in God. But when those whirlwinds touch down, those storms touch down, that's when they, oh, God, that's what they're going to call him God. The same God he didn't believe in when the brother asked him, did he believe? You know,
It's a movie called Unbreakable. I think it's called Unbreakable. It talks about the Italian guy. Camera good?
No, his lights on.
Oh, okay. It's about I think he was Italian. He was an Olympic runner or something like that. But he was stuck at sea for like 20-something days, man. And he was like, man, when they did the real interview, he was like, man, I don't care if you're atheist, you're gonna call him something. You know, when you're in them dire situations. But like the brother said, it goes to prove that, man. It proves that, man. Because that's the first, oh my God, oh my God, you know. That's what happens, man. But yet, in that time, for those who said that they believe and know that there is a God, right? If you don't have any works, then what God can you call upon? Who are you gonna call upon? You know, you got that. Get that Romans 3 there, brother Gavin.
Romans 3 verse 3, and it reads, "For what is some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yahweh forbid."
Yeah. So what if something? That's why Scripture said, "Don't let the incredulity of these people don't let it do nothing to you, man. It don't matter whether they believe or not. Just because you don't believe, that don't mean that it's not gonna come to pass, right? That don't mean that judgment is still not coming. You know, go ahead.
Come on. Yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar.
Yeah, let the Lord be true. Let Yahweh be true, man, and every man a liar, man. Okay? So I was asking, man, what other book could tell you what happened, what's currently happening, what's going to happen? This is my number one question to atheists or to a so-called Christian who believe that Jesus loved everybody, man. You know, well, the scriptures talk about putting people in captivity. Is that love? Scriptures talk about that the Lord has not dealt so with any other nation. Scriptures talk about that the nations are like unto spittle. Right? The scriptures talk about that the Lord chose Israel. So am I just supposed to turn a blind eye to all those scriptures? No, man. No. Okay, you got to eat the whole roll, man. Was that it on that?
Yea, let Yahweh be true, and every man a liar, as written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, mightest overcome when thou art judged.
That's it on that? Yeah. Got the point. Go ahead with your pre-op. And then we'll get that second Ezra's 9. And then we want to go next. What time is it? 5:30? Go ahead.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. You know?
Oh, okay. Come on, man. Yeah, because of their pride, man. Right? Because of, and sadly for our people, they're not going to believe it till it get that grimy. They're not going to really understand and get it until it get that grimy. Until it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, damn, it's really dark out here, man. It's really, because what? You don't have, if your oppressor gave you rights, you don't have any rights. Our people were harping, oh, well, the law says that you can't do this, you can't do that. They can't, well, the Edomite gave you his law, right? But let's get Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter real quick. But that's how he rules, because he don't even follow his law. But if your oppressor give you a law that you're not, he could change it, man. You don't have any power in somebody that somebody gave it to you. But our people are stuck in it. They think that we're really equal. We're not equal, man. They don't view you as equal, man. Go ahead.
You want the second Ezra?
Yeah.
Okay, kind of. 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 10. It says, "For such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me."
Keep going.
Oh, okay. It says, "And they that have loathed my law."
Yeah, when you go into that word loathe, it goes into strong hatred. Yeah, they loathe the Lord's law, man. Okay, and they do it with their actions every day. Go ahead.
"While they had yet liberty."
Yeah, you had liberty. You had time to get right. Right? The prophets were out. Right? We did videos. We did our shows week in and week out, day in and day out. We came out here week in and week out. Go ahead.
"And when as yet place of repentance was open."
Repentance is for Israel. We understand that. Right? But it's open, right? Because we're still out here. Okay, the gates of mercy ain't closed yet, so we're still out here. We're still teaching. Go ahead.
It says, "And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it."
Yeah, they despised it. They hated it. They would rather go into the ways of their oppressor. They would rather go into the ways of the enemy, man. Because in their mind, it's more suitable for them and it's more convenient for them, right? But it's not convenient for your salvation, man. Okay, because the ways of the oppressor kept us in darkness, right? But as soon as we got this truth, we became illuminated, man. And you got to understand that his ways are contrary to the ways of the Lord. They're not the same, man. You can't live by that and be in this. That's why I said earlier, calling yourself a Hebrew Israelite and knowing that that's nothing light, man. A lot comes with that, man. You found that?
Yeah. It's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 11, it reads, "Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is bound to be nothing worth."
Yeah, and is that mercy? Did they have mercy? When you make statements like that, that ain't mercy. When you go to Psalms 83, it says that they wanted to take our name away, man. And they were confederate. The heathen were confederate to put us in no more remembrance, man. And we supposed to forget about that? Go ahead.
Therefore, let us lie and wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn.
They always understood that. We're never for their turn, man, because they're wicked. Go ahead.
And he is clean contrary to our doings.
Yeah, go ahead.
He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objectify to our infamy the transgression of our education. He professeth to have the knowledge of Yahweh,
and we do profess to have the knowledge of the Lord, man. Go ahead.
And he calleth himself the child of the Lord. He was made to approve our thoughts. He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
So we're grievous unto them, even to behold. You think they like us, man? You think they want us out here? You think they want us teaching the truth, man? You know, that's why the Lord said, "What if they hated me, they will hate you." The servant is not greater than the master, man. You know, because really they don't. It's the Lord you hate, man. The mass majority, it's the Lord that you hate. Okay, go ahead.
Gone. He is grievous unto us.
But we're telling the truth. That's the thing. See, they don't hate Jesus because Jesus is an accept all. They don't. But when the Lord comes, you're gonna see who love him. You seeing it now? Who love him and who don't love him. Scripture say, "Kiss the Son, lest he be angry," man. The majority of our people, that's not what they're doing, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Unto us to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are another fashion.
Yeah, our ways are of another fashion, man. It's not of this world. It's not of this world, man. Scripture said, "Be unspotted." Right? Make sure you don't have the world on you, man. We're paraphrasing the scripture, man. You know? Go ahead.
We are esteemed of him as counterfeits.
Yeah, counterfeit is something fake. You know? Go ahead.
He is stained from our ways as from filthiness.
Yeah, because the ways of you nations are filthy. The ways of you so-called rulers are filthy. Right, go ahead.
He pronounceth the end of the just be blessed, and maketh his boast that Yahweh is his father.
Yeah, and we do. We do, man. We do because it's prophecy. Okay? We do because it's prophecy, man. You know? It's like scripture said in Isaiah 31 and 31:1. It says, "Woe to them who trust in Egypt. Woe to you trust in the so-called devil and the so-called white man," which is the devil. Because he is the devil, man. You know, you got to preach. Any other brothers got to preach before I switch? Was that it on that?
I'll just finish up real quick. It reads, "For if the just man be the son of Yahweh, he will help him and deliver him from the hands of his enemies. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. Such thing they did imagine, and were deceived, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, nor hope they for the wages of righteousness, nor discern a reward for blameless souls."
Yeah, man. And even when you start up with Wisdom of Solomon in the 2nd chapter, it gives you their whole play. It gives you their whole mindset. And you understand why the world is in this so-called YOLO spirit, man. Right? Because if the king is wicked, if the rulers are wicked, then the people are going to be wicked, man. You know, it is what it is, man. And we're telling you, hey, man, the wickedness leads to nothing but death, man. It doesn't, man. But 2/3 of our people are prophesied to be destroyed in the fire, man. We just hope that we're not a part of that. We hope we're a part of the other side, which is salvation and being joint heirs to Yahweh Shai. You know? Yeah, brothers.
Jumping in.
Spiritual power real quick, bro. He's on John 14, verse 12. But it's between Jeremiah 16, verse 16.
16:16.
Yeah. So just have a little bit, one is spiritual power, bro. Because people don't understand that when the Most High comes back, man, and he give his man the elect, Most High won't be part of that spiritual powers. Because people think, oh, that's offense. Like, that, bro. Because honestly, I realized with the Most High, there's nothing really impossible with the Most High, man. Just gotta get that John real quick.
It's the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me.
So because honestly, this book is very high spiritual things. People don't understand that, hey, there's a higher power out there that literally controls everything, man. They think very abasing, like, oh, you know, we're here, we did that, yeah, there's limitations to us, bro. No, man. It's because, hey, the Lord has said it like this, bro. But when the Lord comes back, Yahushua comes back, hey, it's gonna be a complete overhaul of this place. You want to keep living how it is, bro? Okay, why not? You want to live how it is, but honestly, this place has to change completely. Most I can give it to him, to his men, most I can part elect. Jay, give the spiritual powers to us. Get there. If you want.
It says, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also.
So this is what Yahushua is saying. So the works that Yahushua did while he was here, is we're gonna do also. You know?
And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
So we're doing greater works than Yahushua did was on the scene, man. So let me get back to look at this is if all the works be kind of for me. All the books somehow.
Should be able to contain.
Yeah, what? Basically, like if all the works that Yahushua did was kind of for me, no books.
This is the last chapter of the last gospel.
So Ace, if you want to talk.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay, John chapter 14, verse 13. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, and the Father may be glorified in the Son.
That's what's real quick. They have to worship Yahushua. If people believe that, they don't have to worship Yahushua. That's what we do, man. Yahushua is a very important key thing. It's not just the prophet or he'll just there, man. Because I know I believe like I think that in a Torah that says that Yahushua is just the prophet, he'll just there like Muhammad and shit. But no, bro. Yahushua, he's a mediator between us and the Most High. He's a rock, bro. Imagine trying to go to a court, right? Try to justify your own self, try to defend your own self. No, but you're gonna fail that shit. The people that try like, oh yeah, well, I could justify my own. Like, no, you're the guilty character. You're the guilty charge. You're the one that has all this sin and guilt on it, man. So we need to get Yahushua, bro, to come like, hey, let's man be, man.
It's just like in the wilderness, you know, the people needed water, right? And what did the Most High do? He gave that rock, man. Well, that rock represents Yahushua, man. You know, in these latter days. And what happened? That water came out and they drank, bro. You know, so that's what we're drinking, man. We're drinking of Yahushua. That's how. That's why where we're at right now. You know, Isaiah 52. It talks about he was bruised, you know, for us. You know, he went through hell, man, and back for us, bro. You know.
That's right.
Beautiful, huh? That's a beautiful point, bro.
Yeah, this is John 21 and 25. It says, and there are also many other things which Yahushua did, the which if they should be written, every one, I suppose that even the world itself could not contain the books that should be written among.
So basically, you gotta realize that not all the works that Yahushua did when it was actually accounted for, man. For all we know, you could basically show like a whole nother dimension. For all we know, bro, there's a bunch of works, so you can't just like, oh, well, you're just like, we're like, nah, man. The men Most High, hey, they're gonna come up, bro. They're gonna come up hard against Esau, man. Look at that real quick.
Hey, brother, if you think about it, like, how did Mary know that her son could do what he did? Well, because he probably did it in times past, you know? Yeah, you think about it, bro. You gotta extrapolate from the scriptures. They talked about Yahushua having great knowledge and wisdom, even as a child. And he was debating with the wise men, bro. You know, so you could just imagine the things that Yahushua was doing back then, man. And he was no ordinary child or man, you know. You could just, that's some cool stuff right there, bro. You know, the healing, you know, the disappearing.
How bold he was.
Yahushua was fucking changing his figure, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
And he was bold because you gotta think, to disappear from your parents, or to, you know, for your parents is looking for you and you in there doing your father's business, you gotta be bold. You know what I mean?
You ain't no ordinary little dude, man.
Nah, not at all. Not at all, man.
I said, I forgot what it was. If I can get that counter, basically you got like the bread and fish, and basically split it among. Like it's like 3 loaves of bread, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you talking about that?
Yeah.
It's honestly, this is
Where you fed the people, right?
Yeah. You know, this you gotta realize this is a highly spiritual thing. Highly spiritual. You gotta have that faith gotta believe that, hey, 3 hours we can do all this. It's most likely we can do all this, man. So you get that real quick. Get that John 14 real quick.
Verse 13 again?
Yeah.
Okay, God. John chapter 14, verse 13. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do.
So where should ask Most High name in righteousness, hey, he's gonna do. Because you gotta have that faith that, hey, this anything is basically possible. The whole building can basically disappear as if you want it, snap your finger just like that, and it will disappear, man. Well, that's gonna happen when Yahweh comes back, and that's a possibility. Want to get up?
Yeah. This is Matthew 14. I'll start at verse 14. And Yahweh went forth and saw a great multitude, and was moved with compassion toward them, and he healed their sick. And it was evening. His disciples came to him, saying, This is a desert place, and the time is now past. Send the multitude away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves victuals. But Yahweh said unto them, They need not depart. Give ye them to eat. And they said unto him, We have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. He said, Bring them hither to me. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. And they did all eat and were filled. And they took up the fragments that remained 12 baskets full. And they that had eaten were about 5,000 men, beside women and children.
Okay, 5,000 men, and they were full. They're sitting there, and they were sad, like, they're all good. They didn't want nothing more to eat. They were like, oh, they had like a little bit of, like maybe a scale, and that was it. No, they were completely full. They ate, man. They realized, that guy realized, hey, that's a highly spiritual thing, man, from Most High. And we realized, hey, we could, Most High, part of it, we could do that too. Imagine trying to feed, like, what, 5,000 people, right? With 5 loaves of bread and 2 fishes. You know, that's not a lot of food, bro. You could probably feed, what, maybe a family or 2? But 5,000 people, man?
And that was just men. There was women and children also, so yeah. Would have been like 10, 12,000. It was a bunch of people, bro.
Yeah, that's a bunch of people, man. So yeah, but still, spiritual power is a thing. In fact, get that can you get real quick? So yeah, 1 Samuel 8, verse 7.
I got a picture.
Oh, whatever.
This is Matthew 17 and 20. And Yahweh said unto them, because of your unbelief, for verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. You know, and it all goes back to faith, bro. Faith is what powers this thing, man. This is what gives us the ability to come out here and proclaim these words among these people, man. Hey, being up here ain't no walk in the park, man. You know, you're out here dealing with the Heavenly Father's word, man. You got to be sure that you're breaking it down right. You know, that you got the right breakdowns. You know, that you're applying the scriptures in your day-to-day life, man. You see, because, you know, if you're not, then, you know, that's a lack of faith. You know, me and the brother was talking earlier on, and we was talking about a froward heart separates you from the Heavenly Father, man. When you go into that word froward, it basically goes into a spirit of disbelief, man, unbelief. You see, and the Lord can't deal with you when you don't have faith in Him, man. That's why Luke, the 12th chapter, goes into, when I shall come, shall I find faith in the earth? Because that's a commodity, man. It's gonna be a very precious thing in those latter days to have that, man. To have that belief that the Heavenly Father is gonna be able to do miracles, man. Hey, during the time of the Maccabees, man, the Maccabees were going through holy hell, bro. And there was an account, one of my favorite accounts, where they all started praying to the Heavenly Father, bro, and the angel came down, bro.
Yeah.
And he waged war with the man, bro. You know, those things are getting ready to happen all over again, man.
That's right.
You know, the Lord said that the standard's coming, right? The Lord got to lift it up, bro. You see, because we don't have the means to fight against Esau and his military, man. He got technology. He got robots, bro. He got fucking androids. You know, how you gonna fight an android, man? You're gonna punch that shit or what? No matter how strong you are, you're gonna take that thing down, bro. You know, and those motherfuckers look realistic now. They got AI, bro. There was this video where someone was pointing the finger at that motherfucker got mad, bro. You see, so hey, you people ain't ready for what's coming, man. And what the brother's going into is gonna be what we're gonna use, Lord willing, we those men to keep us sane, bro, to keep us, you know, protected. Because we already have a form of spiritual power, which is the preaching of the word, bro. Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it does. Honestly, it does take a lot to even come out here, man. It's like that's a fear of public speaking, right? You know, a lot of people have it. You actually have it before too, man. Fear of public speaking, and anyone, anytime, just come up, say, "Oh, no, bro, hey, someone just do like a drive-by shooting right now, and we could all be dead." And yet the Lord has still kept us up here, preaching out, man. That's a form of spiritual power. Even having the truth is a form of spiritual power. Not everyone able to affect that. Is going to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
Okay.
Because like I said, we met that dude right there, bro. Hey, he had basically no idea what we're talking about. He just going like, oh yeah, this, that, and the other, bro. Like, oh, maybe this, maybe that. Go that whole neutral. You know, like, well, maybe, man. Like, nah, bro. You got it quick?
Yeah, I got it. This is Matthew 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
It's given to us, no mysteries can heaven, bro. Not given to everybody. You know what's scary? Because you could bin all the people out there in the world. I mean, you have to be like, man, like, if I was sitting there, like, what the hell am I doing? I'm just.
Hey, you could have been that dude that you're telling about this truth, bro, and that dude not getting it, man. We all been there, bro. You know, you breaking it down, you're fucking even getting mad, bro. Like, fuck, motherfucker, why can't you get it? It's so simple. You see, but you could have been that, bro. And that's how you come to understand that this is a spiritual thing, man. That the Lord really gotta pull that dark spirit off of you, bro. That veil, you know, that spiritual veil, so you could fully see this thing, man, and believe in it. You know, right. It might take some time. You know, different brothers, different measures of faith, a different period of time of becoming fully persuaded. Okay, but at the end of the day, if you're of His man, you're gonna come fully into this, man. You're gonna cast the whole world and singularly follow Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Thank you. I'm down to verse 16 real quick.
On that Matthew 13?
Yeah.
I got you. So verse 16, it says, oh yeah, beautiful. Well, I should just run the whole thing, bro.
Go ahead.
Verse 14, Matthew 13 and 14. And in them is fulfilled 13, Salaki. Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which says, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive.
You know, it's beautiful because brothers that brought it down, like, they'll make it down crystal clear, right? They'll break down, all right, this, you understand this, you understand that, right? Like, also, it has to be like this, like, nah. Like, they'll understand everything except that, like, that one part that, Esau's going to captivity. They say, we believe in how obviously Esau oppressing all of Israel, believe in reincarnation, right? They'll say, oh, yeah. So Esau's going to say, nah. Like, it's like, what the hell, bro? I say, I'm not giving to you. What up?
Yeah, and that goes into the whole seed, you know, the parable about the seed and the sword. You know, some fell upon stony ground, others with the thorns in them. You see, and then there's the ones that fell into the good ground, bro. The ones that are gonna be get all the fertilizer, all that good stuff, and they're gonna grow into being what the Lord wants them to be. It was that Second Ezra that talks about with much labor I have kept this grapevine. Well, that's Lord willing, that's what we are, man. You know, we start as a seed, and Lord willing, we take root and grow, bro. You know, become a stone, or, you know, a master of the scriptures, bro. You know, that's what we're all seeking at the end of the day.
It's also like a tree, right? It's like, that shit hard to break down, man. Try to like pull out all the roots, pull out everything out of that shit, man. Being like stone hard for that, bro. Basically, you're not going anywhere. Your faith is unwavering, unmoving at all. Regardless, like what conditions are outside, bro. Like, these trees look like alone and shit like that. It's us too, man. All this hell and infirmities that we catch, bro. All the hell we're going through. All the damn this day-to-day lives that pushes you. Yeah, we still stay steadfast for the truth.
Hey, because a tree, bro, you look at the tree, yeah, it may look tall, but that tree right there, them roots, hey, they go deep down, bro. You know, maybe feet down. And that's what keeps that tree strong, bro. You know, grounded and rooted. You know?
I forgot where it is, but it's like a whole ecosystem. It's like it is honestly one whole big ass plant, but all of its roots are all intertwined, all like basically it's one organism, like basically one body. Yeah, but it's all connected in a single way. That's how we gotta be, man.
So it says, for this people's heart is wax gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should be converted, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I shall heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
Yeah, this guy realized. It's honestly, like, all the helicopter guy realized you are in the most blessed position you could be, man. Because you could bend that Jake that is in the war right now, just chilling at home, do nothing in life, man. Might damn near kill yourself. How? Because on the life here in the world is depressing as hell. But you wake up, go to work, go home. Wake up, go to work. Maybe do a little here and there, and go home. That's the thing. The next 40, 50 years of your life. That's the most depressing thing. Like, goddamn, I'm more like, what are you still even living for? But when you have this truth, you realize, all right, keep going to work, keep going after prophesying, studying. You have a hope of salvation that you will achieve way greater than what can ever possibly be here. Because I know dudes like this work, they all do work, and yet they're still low. They might have a little bit of money, right? And they're only doing shit in their lives. They're still putting in hella hours, breaking their back, getting sick. How much they have to constantly keep enduring for nothing. I have met dudes that they made 6 figures, and during COVID hit, all that shit was gone. You got laid off to work. Like, goddamn, bro, like all that hell, all that shit you built up, and now it's all just crumbling down. Like, damn.
I got one. This is James 4:14. Whereas you know not what shall be on the morrow, for what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away, bro.
Yeah.
Especially here in America, man. You know, the way things are going. Why would you want to be here? You know, why would you want to take root or see this place succeed, man? You know, just look at, all you gotta do is go on TikTok for a little while and look at the way that these new generations are thinking, man. You know, this place got no future, bro. You know, you got people questioning, you're a woman and you're questioning if you're a man or if you're a fucking alien and shit, bro. You see, that's where we're at the morality of this place, man. You know, Isaiah said what? I should mingle a perverse spirit in the midst, bro. You see, so if you want to be here any longer, man, then you know you crazy, really, bro. You know, you're insane.
Honestly, yeah, it's honestly really crazy, man. But they say about work, right? Wait, no one really can highlight that anymore. No one wants these jobs anymore. People are just quitting, just right on the spot. They just don't put no 2-week notice. They're like, you know what, I'm done, and just leave. And I'm like, man, why can't I hire anybody? Because honestly, this place is falling apart. Nothing here, bro. Like, think about it. Here in Arizona, right? The average house price is about $300K to $250K. That's basically you being making 6 figures before ain't really worth shit now. It might give you a stable life, but that's about it. It's honestly, man, the prices of this place, bro, it's getting way worse, bro. Your water, your water's contaminated. Food shortage is happening. People are getting laid off left, right, and center. You could be there for 10 years, and you could get laid off tomorrow because they make budget cuts. Like, why would you want to keep pursuing this life here, man?
That's why it's a consequence, putting your all into oppression. Consequence putting your all into America, man. That's why Scripture said what it says about it. You can't do that, man. Because I've seen that, man. I've seen a woman when that C-19 was big during the first lockdown. This woman got 5 kids, 6 kids, and they laid her off. You know what I'm saying? And they told her, hey, you can come back, but you gotta be in your position is no longer. You can come back and be another position that she didn't want to do, but she had to do it in order to take care of her kids. You know what I mean? But it goes to show you that you can't really, you can't really put your trust in this. Why put your trust in the place, man? In such a place, man. And if you understand how these Edomites do business, I mean, it's no feeling towards how they do bid. They don't give a fuck, man. And they always want to put themselves first. So it's always, they'll never make a sacrifice for everybody. They always put themselves first. And they say what? Oh, it's business and ain't personal. That's their run, that's their go-to every single time, man. But you can't trust them. That's why Scripture said, never trust thy enemy, for it's iron rust and so is his wickedness, man.
I'll take that whole business, right? Yeah, there's my boss, right? You're like, yeah, well, business is business, so we gotta do this, we gotta do that, man. They want money, like, yeah, bro, money, this just falling apart as in front of your eyes. Worry about saving some money, bro. Like, damn, there ain't no money here. You gotta realize the banking system here, the money system here is so flimsy, so far out. That's how Silicon Valley Bank basically crashed down. They're not pulling out the money because there's no money in the banks. It's all based off. Marijuana is really all based off credit, man. Because your money here, man, it's honestly worthless. It's just a paper dollar. Once you see it, it's gone. And these Edomites know that too. That's why they use credit for basically for everything, man. Because the shit here, your money here, basically is honestly worthless. Honestly, it's a credit system, and that's why the Edomites, they know that shit, and that's them use it to best advantage. They could owe $1,000. Yeah, they got a good credit. They can go to the hell they want to sit. It's like
It's a flawed system.
it is possible.
Well, credit is debt management. That's all it is. The higher your credit score is, the better you are at dealing with debt. That's all it is, man. It's just debt management. That's why you can get a bigger loan. You owe 800, you can get a big ass loan with a lower APR, with a lower interest rate, versus a guy who's a 400, 500, maybe even a 600. 600 might have to pay 6%, 5%, depending on what term. Right? If it's an 84-month term, 72-month term, or if they buying a house, it's a 30-year term, you might have to pay 3 or 4%. But an 800 could, he could, even if he got a higher APR, he could refinance faster than somebody that's a 600 or a 500. So it's all debt management, man. That's all it is. And when you come to these banks, how banks operate is, the reason why a lot of people it's not a lot of money in these banks is because, like, if you put 20 grand into a bank tomorrow and try to get it the next day, you're not going to be able to. You're going to have to negotiate for your money because that money's already gone. They use that money for another loan. That person needed a car. He took my $20,000, gave it to that person because they needed a car, $20,000 loan. And what they do is they make money off of your money. So they say, okay, well, cool. We got him approved with your money for a $20,000 loan at a 7% interest rate for 7 years. So they're making that interest for 6 or 7 years. Now, if he doesn't make that payment, then they penalize him on his credit. So therefore, it's going to be harder for that person to get another loan if they try to go get another loan in the future. Versus me, I made nothing. I didn't make shit. And if you leave your money in the bank, right, it accumulates 0.001% or some shit like that in interest over 5, 6, 7 years. So it's a ripoff, really. And the only thing that backs the bank is the credit system. Because a bank gets their money off of other people's money in loans. That's all it is. That's why they don't got a problem with you getting a 30-year loan, because they got you on a 30-year loan, they got him on a 30-year loan, they got him on a 30-year loan, and him on a 30-year loan, and the money is just everlasting. It keeps coming in, it keeps coming in. And if these motherfuckers don't pay their loan, then we taxing their ass as far as their credit. And then we're gonna take their assets and then sell it, so therefore we get some of our money back or all of our money back. That's how they get down, man. That's how banks do it. So if you people understood how banks really work, you'd be like, what the fuck? This is bullshit.
Say that, hold on. They put 20 grand in the bank, right? You can't physically pull it out, but yeah, because it's already spent. But you can use their card, and yeah, you basically spend it all, spend all be all. Yeah, there's no money there still.
Because it's digital. Or you swipe a card, it's all digital numbers. It's all digital. It's all this, it's all that. And then even then, if you want to go spend 10 grand, if you spend 10 grand in one place, the IRS is on your ass. You got to spend $9,999 in order for the IRS not to be involved. Just like if you go win big at a casino, if you go win over $10,000, you got to sign paperwork and all kind of shit for tax purposes, because they make you pay them to use their money. That's what it is.
Hey, because that's a system created by them for them that only benefits them, man. Because if you think about it, what's being really traded, man? Only as numbers being increasing and decreasing, man. No substance being traded, man. Back in time, when you did any type of deal, man, it was the bartering and all that, man. You got something for what you gave, bro. And that person got either wealth, substance, gold, silver, and you might have gotten livestock, you might have gotten some grain, that now you could use that to go make more money, bro. You see, Esau infiltrated that system. You got it, bro.
Dude, well, I was going to say, like the Queen of Sheba. When she brought Solomon treasure, what did she bring? She brought trains, a bunch of shit. Gold, smell goods, all kind of things. Bulk, like Costco damn near. You know what I mean? Right here with the so-called white man, it's tit for tat, tit for tat, tit for tat, tit. You go spend money on one, you don't get a bulk of nothing. You know what I mean? Unless you do go to Costco and all that, then you get a bulk. But even then, back then, you would get some shit that'll last you for what? A couple months, maybe a couple years, man. If this brother got land, I could bring him some seeds. Vice versa. Yeah, he can make money off the land. Versus the so-called white man system, it's all infiltrated to where he makes the money. and they don't really even spend money.
I got the script to back it up. This is Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. You know, that word thick clay goes back into debt, man. You know, and that's basically what the brother's describing. You know, a system, man, a wheel that Esau always gets paid, and everybody else ends up paying the tab, so to speak. Okay? Because, hey, you get a 30-year loan, like the brother's saying, you're paying double that shit, man, by the end of those 30 years. You're paying the house, and then you're giving them some on top of that, which is sometimes, you know, then insurance, you got to pay insurance, bro. You got to pay taxes. So you damn nearly end up paying that house 3 times, 4 times,
It's
bro.
so cold that if you get a mortgage and you want to pay off your house, if you miss, say you're on your last payment on that mortgage, if you miss that payment, then what they'll do is they'll penalize you. So therefore you have to pay more, right? You already couldn't make the first payment. Now they're gonna penalize you. So what happens is they really want to take the house, because what if your house was $500,000 and you almost paid off? They got $500,000. If you don't, they're a little short of $500,000 because you didn't make your last payment. But they don't want you to make your last payment, because what happens? Okay, you don't make your last payment, I got $450,000 of your money, or whatever the difference is. Not only that, I got the house. So now I got $450,000 of your money with interest. Now I got your house. Now I'm finna sell it to somebody else. So and I'm gonna get them for another $400,000. So now not $800,000, $900,000, almost $1 million off of one house. That's how they do it. That's how they get down, man. It's a fucked up system. It's a fucked up, corrupt way.
Even for the older people, they got shit called reverse mortgages, bro, where they basically pay you out, and once you die and shit, they take your house and they make more money off that shit too. You know, so this whole system is geared to benefit the rich and the elite, man. That's what we was telling this damn devil who controls the earth, man. The Jews. He was trying to say some British. Nah, man. There's families, man, that are filthy rich, man, that control the whole earth. You know, they started. That's why they set up their people in positions of power. The Council of Foreign Relations. You know, these different economic think tanks. You know, that basically tell the politicians what to do, bro. You know, the politicians don't give a fuck, because the politicians just do wield power, bro. But they're using it to benefit the corporations and not you ordinary people of America, man, and in the world.
Yeah, that brother's on point. And look at the music business. I mean, it's owned by Amalekites. They cut you because of what? They have the money. That's why they give niggas advances. And the nigga don't know no better. Nigga just see $1 million on the table and be like, but don't know he gonna have to sell his damn soul to get that million. And don't know that, hey, in 20 years, okay, we gave you this million, but you done made us 5 million in the last 4 or 5 years just off shows and downloads and streams and all that. And then you gonna have to pay that $1 million back, because we fronted you, we advanced it to you, which means it's a loan. You gonna have to pay it back, but we made so much money off your name through merch, through this, through that, through your royalties and all that. Boom. And these motherfuckers don't even listen to rap music, man, or know anything about the culture. You know, and it goes to show you, like, God damn, like what the fuck? Like, how can you think these people deserve any type of mercy when they want to hear two Jakes kill? The music ain't popping if you ain't shooting at another nigga block. If you ain't shoot his mama up and then go do a video at the gravesite, right? It ain't popping. They ain't gonna fund that, man. You know, if you talking about some peace shit and some cool shit, like they did a experiment. This dude had called a radio station and was like, hey man, you know, I want to sell you guys music of killing dogs or killing animals. They was like, no, we ain't doing that. He's like, okay, I want to sell you guys music as far as like domestic violence. They like, no, we ain't doing that. Okay, I want to sell you music of black on black crime. They was like, okay, it might be a market for that. We can do that.
I got one, bro. This is Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even better words. And you know, the music industry was key too, because in the 90s, you know, Crazy Bone talks about the interview, right? That meeting that they had with all the corporates and a lot of celebrities back in those days, where basically these corporations, they stopped signing these political rappers, these so-called woke rappers, man, and the only thing they were signing was these gangster-ass rappers that we had in the 2000s, man. You know, Pimp C, you know, a lot of that sipping, a lot of that, you know,
destructive music,
lean,
all the drugs, cocaine.
Yeah, bro, all that shit started getting pushed because that's what they were selling, man. That's the deal that they made. Because you still got rappers out there, man, that got some fire raps. but they ain't gonna make it because the way the things that they're preaching, man, you know, they won't sell out like that, man. There's a lot of interviews of people that got taken to that interview or to that limo ride, and they're bringing it out, man, that you got to do some foul shit to get it in those positions of power. You know, I'll finish it out. So it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. And that's what they did, man. On every avenue, you know, of this society, the economic forum, the music forum, okay, and the scriptures talk about that, the daughters of music being brought low, okay? So, hey, man, the prophecies reign supreme.
Look, that movie Friday, right, with Ice Cube, right? Everybody know about that movie. The actors only got paid like $5-6 grand for that movie because what happened was they tricked Ice. They was like, that was one of his first movies, if I'm not mistaken. Then you had Boys in the Hood. I think you had Boys in the Hood first, though. Then you had Friday, the first Friday. But what happened was the label was like, hey, man, this is your first time making a movie. Let us take the risk. We're going to give you the money. Let us take the risk and let us pay for it for you. Instead of you paying for it and then flopping and woo-woo. So he's like, okay, cool. Y'all take the risk. Y'all put the money for it. And then boom, what ended up happening? The movie ended up doing big. Getting so much that we talk about it to this day, and it's an old movie. The movie ended up getting blown up, right? To where they start. They made 2 more. Next Friday and then Friday after next. Right? But what did the actors get paid from the first movie? Nothing. Right, but the so-called white man, he knew what he was doing. He knew, bro, you had some of the top comedians in the movie. How wouldn't it going to do it? Yeah, Chris Tucker in there. You know, you had Big Worm. I actually met that guy. Right, you had Big Worm, and you had John Witherspoon.
Yeah, that's the man right there. He got talent, bro. So they knew what you
They knew. So, but they came to him with a little slide plan. Hey, man, don't put all your money into it. It might not do well. This is one of your first movies. Let us take the risk. But if they take the risk, they're going to reap the reward. But what? They got enough money to take the risk and not really feel nothing from it, man. But this is how they get down. They'll never tell you how strong you is, because if they tell you how strong and how much influence you got, then they don't make any money because ain't no Edomites that talented, man. Nobody's going to that shit, man. Nobody's listening to that. Nobody's really watching these Edomite movies, man. I can't name 5 Edomite movies that I like off the top of my head, man. You just don't. Jake got all, and that they do, they got Jake in it. Jake got all the salt. Jake got all this, man. They ain't understand it. So like, how can I attach myself to this person so therefore I can benefit from it?
And even them Godfather movies, you know, a lot of them, the producers on them, they're like Sicilians, bro. So you know, you could say, oh, well, you know, Godfather or this and that. They're so-called white men. Well, those were more than likely Jakes too, man. That were creating all that.
Sicilians,
yeah.
Well, it's a reason why you know the Italians don't like Sicily. It's a reason why. I mean, it's a reason why they're blonde hair, blue eyed, and in Sicily they're brown, you know, brown eyes, dark hair, and all that, because the Moors, man. A lot of them go back to Jake, man. We'll go back to Jake. Scotland, England, Ireland, right? What's another one? I said it earlier, Spain, right? A lot of these they go back to Jake, man, because what Jake was doing, they was popping. They was going killing so-called white men and popping they women, man, and impregnating they women. That's what they was doing, man.
Yeah, that goes back to the Eastern Byzantine Empire, man. You know, where Jake, you had all those emperors, Constantine. You know, that they were living real good, man. Well, you had that city, Constantinople, man. That was basically the center of the earth at that time in that period of time. They got good movies about it. Kingdom of Heaven goes into all that, bro. And that was Jake establishing all that. Because after the Roman Empire separated, you know, Apostle Tahar always goes into how they established the Eastern Roman Empire, and then they had the Western part where Esau and the majority of them, you know, stayed at. You know, while, you know, the eastern side flourished, man. You know, there's a lot of history on all that, man. That's where the Council of Nicaea, you know, that's a lot of history goes back to those emperors and all that, man. You know, that was Jake, though. You know?
Well, King James. Look at King James, man. So-called black man, man. Now look at what he ruled, man. You know, but they'll tell you, well, he's a white man. He's this, he's that. They'll say, oh, he's a homosexual. How? Go ahead.
Hey, even it's funny though, because even all these wicked, like the Roman Catholic Church, who you think set that up, bro? That was Jake setting all that up, man.
Well, look, even when you go into Apollo and Zeus and all that was Jake said coming up with all that, man. You know, when you go into it, man. So, but you know, these so-called white people, they want credit for everything, man. You know, that's why they'll put themselves in the movie, right? And they'll be the slaves, they'll be the gods, they'll be the angels, they'll be this, they'll be that, they'll be that. But where are other people at? You know, go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 10:16. That was
That's
correct. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
That's right.
For he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. So hey, Jake is not like the nations, man. You know, just look at all the tribes, man. They all got their attributes. Who's gonna work more than a so-called Mexican, bro? Ain't nobody. You know, that's just already. You know, you had the president out there say that the Mexicans are like the best workers in the world in the way they do the work. It's high craft and quick. You get me? Whereas you go take your work first to another country, like in China, they might produce a lot of shit, but the quality is always lower and shit, bro. So it just goes into it, bro. Who built the pyramids, man? That was the Israelites that did all those buildings of ingenuity, bro. You know, where I think one of the temples over here that the Aztecs and the Mayans built, you know, it's so like the way it's set up is so mathematically accurate that when the sun hits at a particular time of the year, it always hits the same place, man. You see, so we come from great people, bro. You know, a peculiar people. The scriptures describes us as such. You know, a kingdom of kings and priests.
Well, yeah, I just want to make that, you know, add to that, because all the things that, you know, Jake had made, right, over time, what are they calling them now? The 7 wonders of the world, man. You know, so these people are still marveling at the things in which, you know, the Lord ultimately put within Jake to create, man. You know, the ability, man.
Well, look, you know, you look up the wealth of America, it got wealthy off of slavery. They got wealthy off of that, man. And one thing that was mass produced from slavery was cotton, right? Nothing sell more than cotton, man. I mean, we all got shirts on. Everybody got, you know what I mean? It's cotton. And they have free labor for a long ass time, man. You know? So they benefited off of the back of Jake's just like they do now. So what makes you think it's different in the movie business? What makes you think it's different at your everyday job? Here it is, like your brother was saying, at these construction sites, especially out here, like you go to places like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, you see a lot of Issacharites, man. And they build, and it be a bunch of Issacharites building, but the contractor and the guy at the plant who get most of the money be Edomite, man, who don't know shit about nothing. You know, you go to places like Scottsdale, you go to places like certain parts of Peoria, certain parts of Glendale, certain parts of Surprise and all that, you see nothing but Issachar building and Issachar dwelling out there, but when you go to the rich parts, it be Edomites in there, man. You know, and then you look at the owner of the construction company, who is an Edomite, man. And he didn't get in there because he's good with his hands. He got in there because he knew somebody, or maybe it was passed down from one of his people. You know, that's how that shit go, man. That's how it is. That's why I say it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. You know?
Yeah, Phil's Genesis, right? The fatness of the earth was given to him, man. You know, he got it. He got it like that, man. He owns, I mean, think about it. He got like a what? We always say that he got like a 300, 400 year head start on us, bro. Yeah. Where we what, in the 50s, 40s, that's when we really started getting educated the way Edomites been getting educated, bro. You know, we started learning about like different things, even though Jake still always had that talent and Jake was different, you know, naturally gifted and all that. We, as a people, systematically, man, we were kept very low. Because if you can't go to the schools, or the schools that you go to are underfunded, you know, what's the point of even going into the schools where you can't get no books? And that's something that our people was always going through, man. Either old technology, old books. Yeah, I went to school in the hoods, man. That shit, them fucking books were old, bro. You know, all fucking ripped up, tagging all over them. That's what we gumming them under the seats and shit, man. Yeah. You gotta be careful when you sit down, because you might end up with a big old gum on your pants and shit. You see, that's what they did to our people, man. Going to the cafeteria, eating that shitty ass food. While at the Edomite schools, bro, they get a high level education. They get taken to field trips to museums. You know, they get actual education, bro. You see, and all this was done to destroy our people, man, to keep us down.
I remember one time real quick, years ago, I want to go to like bunch of Christians Catholic schools like that, right? I never went. Well, there's some like, yeah, so here, you know, for lunch we'll be at Chick-fil-A, be at Subway, this shit.
Yeah, no joke, bro. I tripped out because I was seeing a documentary of how schools in different parts of America are, and I'll be like, God damn, they got it good and predominantly where the Edomites were at, bro. I got the nice clean desks all the time. The halls look all nice and shit. There's no tagging. You know, the children actually go into the school trying to learn, bro. I remember when I go in there, it was a jungle, bro. You know, everybody screaming, everybody talking shit to the teacher, man. You know, and that was done to our people, man, systematically. Ain't no fucking coincidence, bro. You know, you got it.
All right. So yeah, honestly, this place is designed for you to always be down, bro. Always be on the low.
Well, one of the Rothschilds, it's a quote. It says, "He who has a job has no time to make money." You know, so what that tell you? You know, and you ain't never seen nobody get wealthy off a job, off a 9 to 5. You ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen it. You know what I mean? But he said, "He who has a job has no time to make money," because they understand how money works. They get it. They understand that, man. They understand interest. They understand things that Jake don't understand, man. They just don't get. Because what? They came up with it. That's their strength.
It's their rules.
It's their rules. It's the way how they live. They came up with it, man. So therefore, if I came up with a money system, right? Don't you think me and the brother and it benefited me and the brothers would be rich and wealthy, right? But the brother said they had hundreds of years of head starts on this, man. We just now get it. I did a video. It's called the Black Dollar. The article I was reading, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was a minute ago, and it says that it was compare different race groups. You had the Asians. They spend $1 every 3 months. You had so-called white people. They spend $1 every month or two. Then you had the so-called black people, and we spend $1 every 5 hours compared to their months. So, and that's not a problem. The issue is that we don't spend it with each other. You know what I mean? See, we spend it with them, and they don't spend nothing back. You ain't ever been to Lolo's Chicken and Waffles and saw an Asian in there. You ain't never seen them. They don't fuck, but you'll go to Big Hing and see all kind of Jakes in there. You go to New York, Jake fucked up some Chinese food, man. But you'll never see them in the so-called black shops, man. But that goes to show you, you know, that's why they go set up tents in the hood. They go set up these gas stations. They go set up these liquor stores and these gun stores and all that right in the hood. So they get loans to come out here, and then you get a people you can sell it to. How can you be broke?
Yeah, 'cause if you think about it, bro, you don't see Asian restaurants in white people's neighborhoods. Because the white people didn't allow that shit in their neighborhoods. They're like, yeah, and that goes back into Lazarus and the dogs licking the wounds, because they allowed, or they gave them loans that they wouldn't give Jake in his own neighborhood, or they gave it to the so-called Asians and all these other nations to go open those businesses up and take the money from the community, bro, and take it to another place and send their children to college and their children to a better so-called education, man.
Yeah, a lot of them Ishmaelites, right? Because I ran into a couple of them who own little quickie marts and all that.
Yeah.
They'll take turns, man. Like the son will come out here for 6 months, then go back to where they from, Yemen or wherever the fuck they from, and then they son to come out here, or his brother come out here.
The whole family benefits from it.
Yeah,
you know?
and they come out and they bring their money back to where they from, man, to restore their community or whatever they want to do and get wealth from us from our dollar. But here it is that even with Jake, if you look at Oklahoma when they had Black Wall Street, Jake was flourishing, man. And you talking about segregation times, but Jake had a city to where it was the richest city, and that wasn't the only one. It was a bunch of them right throughout the U.S. But you had, but mainly kind of over there. You had Jake's, man. Like Black Wall Street was a great example, man. You had a couple banks, you had a couple hospitals. It was flourishing, and the first terrorist attack on American soil was through you white people, man. Y'all came and bombed it because y'all said that. Y'all said that Jake was looking at a so-called white woman or something like that. But that's always been an excuse. He whistled at me. He catcalled me. He did this, and then years later he found out that the bitch was lying. Then what? But where's the reparation for that, though? Where's the check for that? And then you wonder why we mad and we got an attitude. You know, because here it is. You get these motherfuckers, right? You get these motherfuckers land. You get these motherfuckers loans. You'll give them 0% interest rates. You'll allow them to set up stores in our neighborhoods and benefit off of us, right? And they not even so-called Americans. And they take the money and dip back to where they from, and then boom, we left fucked and killing each other. But it's all prophecy. It's all scripture. So now we coming back now, right, telling our people who we truly are and why this is going on. Because if it wasn't for the truth, then we'll be left in darkness. We wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. We'd be like, damn, why we getting it so bad? Why we, man, what we do? But we understand what we did according to the scriptures, man. And we understand that the nations are confederate, and this is why. So we get it, and we understand what's going to happen to them in due time, with us being built up in the land of our captivity, man. We get it. We understand what's coming, because guess what? Just like they did to us, we're going to do to them. Right? But guess what? It's going to be for eternity. It's going to be forever. Okay? Because when the kingdom is established, it's not going to be overthrown by another kingdom. You know, go ahead.
This is I'm gonna get to two precepts real quick, just to back up what we're saying, because it happened back in history, man. That's the same thing that the Egyptians did once they saw us coming into power. Once they saw us multiplying, you know, because how we're explaining, Jake. Hey, anywhere you put a Jake, man, they're gonna thrive. See, that's why a lot of these nations use a lot of our people to build up their societies, man. You know, Daniel. What do you think the whole purpose of that was? You know, Joshua. You know, when he went into Egypt, what did he do? He made Egypt great. Okay? Joseph, Joseph. You know, Exodus 1 and 11, verse 10. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. You know, and if you get that in the NLT, it says, so the Egyptians made the Israelites their slaves. They appointed brutal slave drivers over them, hoping to wear them down with crushing labor. So now I'm gonna go to Daniel 7 and 25, man, because basically Daniel saw the vision, man. He saw us in this captivity, man. He saw us working the 9-to-5s, you know, the bottom of the barrel type jobs, man. Okay, so it says in Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand unto a times and the dividing of times, which goes into that whole period of time that we've been under them, man. You know, this whole existence. You know, the brother brought up the Luke 2 and 30 earlier on. We are yet this day in the land of captivity. You know, so to this day we're here, man. And, you know, we're being oppressed every day.
Hey, and everything is against you too.
Yeah.
It's not just the heathen, your woman, right?
Because he turned the woman against us, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's strategic. That's strategic, man. That is strategic, right? So everything that it's just, how can you feel like we're wrong, right? Or have an attitude about what we say when all the shit you've done, man. You know, you got to think, man. You got to understand. And our people like to join hand with the wicked, but Scripture says, "Though hand join the hand, but the wicked shall not go unpunished." Man, the wicked are going to be punished regardless, man. Regardless of how any of the sensitive of our people feel, it don't matter, man.
Precept.
You know, go ahead. Huh?
This is Ecclesiastes 7:7. Sure, you had it.
Go ahead, bro.
You had it too. Okay, that's a spirit thing. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. You got it, bro.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, we're still under oppression, man. We're still under the white man's rule. Yet people don't want. They might know it, they see it, but they still do nothing about it, because at the end of the day, the Lord's gonna come and save us out of this captivity. But they like it. They got comfortable. They even really know it's hell. They even know this is how it is. They got comfortable with the slavery. Like, oh well, I'm okay. As long as I get mine real quick, I'll spend my money in Moab. I'll spend money on this and that. I'll go to the liquor store, destroys our own people. They're like, yeah, man, so we're still today our captivity. If I get that Isaiah real quick. I mean, honestly, you trust Esau, bro. You trust Esau, the illustration of the portrait at the end of the day. You trust that, oh, well, you know, he's ruling right now. Well, I can just do this and that. If I don't cause too much trouble, he won't bother me. Get that quick?
Nah, bro. Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many.
You know, they see, bro. They see the might of this place. They see how strong the military. They see their finances. They see like, oh well, they say Esau must be doing something right, man. But the truth is, Esau is building off your backs.
He stole it.
He stole it, man. You look, all I see.
It wasn't hard work involved in this. It was thievery. It wasn't hard work, man. It was crime how they got it, man. It wasn't no fucking hard work. It wasn't none of that, man. You know, it wasn't that. Our people think, well, they worked hard, so we can work hard and get it. No, it ain't that. It ain't that, man. Cause here it is. Your boss don't work nearly as hard as you do.
Goddamn, no. I see.
Hey, your boss. So What happens is it's the laborers, man. Then you got the people who reap from the laborers, man. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I'll say it real quick. You know how many times I see my boss is laying in the office real quick doing nothing? I didn't call my boss one time playing Firebird on his phone real quick. While we're out there struggling and shit. Like, goddamn.
I got one. This is Proverbs 13:11, and it backs up what the brother's saying. It says, wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth by labor shall increase. You know, so that's the way Esau acquired this place, man. You know, by evil and wickedness. Because one of the other translation, the New King James says, wealth gained by dishonesty will be diminished, but he who gathers by labor will increase. And that's what the brother's saying, man. You see, Esau came and took everything that was already built up, man. Yeah. Hey, LA, Los Angeles, a lot of these cities were Issacharite cities, man, that were already being inhabited. You know, the places where Gad built, you know, they stole all those locations, man, because, hey, we knew where to establish living quarters and things of that nature, man. They saw the wealth, you know, saw the rivers and all that, man, and they conquered it, you know. Go ahead, go. You got it.
On Gad, because Gad is part because Gad bro went through so much hell too, man. When the white man came over here, but the Esau came over here, bro, he started basically by the millions. Basically, we're basically a small amount of people left, man. And he pushed you in reservations and they basically kind of put you in a background saying, oh, people don't exist. I think I've met in my whole life about like five people from Gad. Like 5 people. And yet this is their land. And that's where all they are, man. But I see hundreds, millions of Edomites on day to day, man. Say, Gad, bro, he fucked up Gad hard.
Yeah, the scriptures say though, troop should overcome Gad, but he should overcome at the end. You know, so you know, Gad's gonna get his too, man. You know, yeah, a lot of these guys that I talk to, man, they pissed. They got like a very like angry spirit, man, because they kind of have an understanding that this land was stolen from them. You know, so hey, you know, hey, that's one of the warrior tribes right there, man. You know.
And that's why they drink so much, you know. The scriptures talk about drinking liquor for sorrow of mind. And they know that the so-called white man took everything. And then they flaunted in their face, man. It was like a pipeline. They were battling over some pipeline. Yeah. So-called white man sprayed them down with the water hose and shit. Man, hey, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
That's very crazy. Because on some reservations, they ban alcohol and shit, right? Well, they'll have right outside the desert because they know that the guy's gonna come. They know that guy's gonna walk out the reservations, buy their liquor, which go back to what the brother was saying earlier. Just as a good drink, they can forget their sorrow, man. You know, our people go around through so much hell and depression that basically know what the hell they do, man. And if they do something, they'll same thing as Black Wall Street. They actually get fucked over, man.
That's why they seek after these unrighteous or unhealthy vices, man. They're drinking too much, smoking too much, doing drugs and shit, man. You know? Doing mushrooms and shit. A lot of people doing all kinds of drugs nowadays, bro. I was tripping out. My woman was telling me about her sister and shit. I was like, God damn, really? You're doing all that shit now? Well, it's gotten worse and worse, man, since we were, 10 years ago, when we were younger. It's gotten progressively worse, man. The youth is gone right now, man. These motherfuckers, you talk to your ordinary 21-year-old that's not within the ministry and the truth, they're gone, bro. You stay away from niggas like that, man. Because you'll find yourself in a bad situation, man. The scriptures talk about keep not company with what's that word? With an angry man. So in so many words, because they'll find you, bro. You get caught up in some stupid shit, man. Especially with the way Jake dealing. You never know what these motherfuckers are doing out there, man. There are a lot of side deals, a lot of wickedness is going on right now, bro. You gotta stay, with the ministry, with the brothers.
I'm gonna change this real quick.
Like before the brother was saying earlier that basically violence can't be bound to you, man. No, there's so much involved in wickedness. Get that real quick out. That's what back it up into.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise.
And honestly, the best thing to do is talk about the table, stay in the brotherhood, man. But at the end of the day, when brothers think of drawing, all we're trying to do is elevate each other. We're not trying to push each other down because that would basically the wickedness. They try to push up that, oh well, I don't want to do this. Well, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. They gotta push through doing dumb bullshit, wickedness. We're promoting to basically kill themselves. Say that's the best thing to be with the brotherhood. Forget Esau, man. Forget your friends in the world. Forget Jake, bro. The only thing they're gonna do They all going out there, bro.
God, we're running back. It says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be
friends.
destroyed.
A fool is friends of this world. All people are foolish, man, shall be destroyed. Because it does, like, you can have the truth, right? But if you're walking with them, they're going to try to push the weakness. They're trying to find your weakest point, your weakest link, your weakest side. Like, oh, what am I get to do now? I'm gonna scheme this and that, man. They'll push you trying to do wickedness, man. They even know that, hey, you don't smoke weed. Well, to try to push you to smoke weed. That's how Esau got our people so fucked up in the head. They think that wickedness is the good thing, bro. I got one.
This is Exodus 23 and 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So, pretty self-explanatory, man. You know, you ain't supposed to follow. When you perceive that there's evil being done by someone, man, you stay away from that shit, bro. You know, we're not here to. You know, what does the scripture say? Can join hand in hand? Can the wicked go unpunished? You know, so just stay with the brethren, man, and stay as much as possible. Stay away from the world. The scriptures say we use the world, but don't be found abused of it. You know, and it's a thin line, man.
It's like, yeah, I think it's like real quick, like I said. Like if you're cool, your coworker, that's cool, man. You know, they try to leave as much hell as you possibly be.
Be at peace with all men.
Yeah, try to be as all men. You know, they like to chat with them. They got like a common thing like football, so you know, it's cool. You chat up real quick. But best to do be acquaintances, but don't be. That's basically how far you be acquaintance with them. Don't try to push, bro. Just do not tempt the Most High. And these wicked, especially Israel, bro. They love to try to do more wickedness, man.
Yeah, Khan, this is Isaiah 9 and 13, going back to Gad. It says, for the people turneth not into him that smitteth them, neither do they seek the Lord of hosts. So that's a point for Gad, because I know a lot of Gadites and they're angry at the so-called white man, but you have to return to the Heavenly Father that smit you. The Heavenly Father put those white men over you, man. And you want revenge. Like all of us want revenge, but the Heavenly Father tells you in the Apocrypha, says, how can we get the victory lest we not have the power of Jacob? So without our power, man, there's never no victory going to happen. You see, so drinking all day in abscess, that's not the answer. You know what I mean? It's to return back into the Heavenly Father, you know, and that way, that's how we'll get the victory. You know.
I'll say, yeah, you got all things on through the power of the Most High, man. Because on the Most High, at the day, He put you in that hard situation because you went off, and you're still going off. The Lord is still gonna punish you, man. You know, they say you gotta turn back to the Lord before anything, man.
That's the first thing, man. That's the first step. To basically, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the first step of getting revenge on the enemy. It's turning back to the Lord, man. Because that's what He don't want you to do. And when we're one with the Lord, we become dangerous to these other nations, man. You know, it ain't about Judah and Ephraim oppressing each other, man. It's about us understanding that we're brothers, right? And understanding who the real enemy is, man. From the so-called white man to all the rest of these heathen, man. Okay, knowing that they're Confederate. You know, and I say that because I was dealing with a Gadite in business before, and when I used to work in the car business. And when I walked away, he called me a nigger, man. You know what I mean? And I'm like, man, if you only knew that we brothers, you know, like, but he was submissive to the so-called white man, you know? And I goes to show you, like, you got the wrong perspective, my guy, you know? It ain't about Judah and Ephraim oppressing each other and living in the times of Rehoboam and Jeroboam, man. Right now, we're, you know, we linked up, man. We're brothers, man. We standing. We got it in Baruch, the 4th chapter. We're standing together, man. With Yahushua being the chief cornerstone, man.
Right.
You know? So you got to understand that I'm not your enemy. You're not my enemy, man. You know? The enemy is these heathen, man. You know, go ahead.
I got one. Because brother made a point. We're going into being accepted of the Lord, right? So this is Ecclesiasticus 19 and 18. The fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of Him, and wisdom obtaineth His love. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please Him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. So this is where it's at, man. You know, this is where you're supposed to be in these latter days. You know, the scriptures, Yahweh talked about discerning the times that you're living in. You know, there's a storm coming, man. You gotta make adjustments and prepare yourself, all right, or else you're gonna get taken by the storm. Same thing that happened with Noah and all of them, right? They knew not till the flood came and were taken.
Exodus 19 verse 5.
Yeah.
19 verse 5.
19.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes with the precept LeVar brought out, being accepted of the Lord. It's Exodus 23 and 22. But if thou shalt indeed obey his voice and do all that I speak, then I will be an enemy unto thine enemies and an adversary unto thine adversaries. Yeah. Oh, that's self-explanatory.
So, hey, bro, say, return to the Most High first because, hey, Lord take care of your enemies, man. Lord will help you out. Like, yeah, today we're in captivity still. But hey, realize that, all right, you know who your true power is. You know who your enemy is. And honestly, no one's half the battle because Jake doesn't know who his enemy is most of the time. Jake knows like, oh, the system, the white man. Was it? Hey, the whole white man, right? Yeah, they think it's all blame all white people basically. Realize this is about a heritage thing, about a race, not a heritage, about what your bloodline goes to. We have brothers that look like Edom, but it truly is Jake. You're going against Esau, bro. He's going against Esau, not the whole. It's not good. Yeah, it's not good. No, it's not good. You're going against Esau, man. That's our true enemy, bro.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 16 and 7. It says, when a man's ways please the Lord Yahweh, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. So that's going with what I said earlier, man. You gotta please the Lord first, man. And if you look just in history, right, you go to the book, like I said earlier, the book of Maccabees. I think it was Matthias, if I'm not mistaken. They always came with the treasures of the world to try to get us to go against the Lord, because they understand that if they can get us to go against the Lord, then they become more powerful. And you had wicked men out of Israel, basically, that got down with the heathen, basically. You know what I mean? That used them as far as the license to sin, man. You know, and you got those same 2/3 niggas that are here today, but you always had that remnant that will always follow the law, statutes, and commandments, man. I was like, no, we're gonna go into the ways of our fathers, man. You know, no matter what. But even then, Satan tried to tempt Yahweh Shai. Right? So I'll give you the world if you know. So that goes, they have the same agenda, man. Right? These heathen they always want, because when we're one with our power, then they can't do anything. There's nothing they can do, but we have to come to our power first, man. That's the first step. And fearing the Lord is the first step, man. And then everything should be added unto it. You know?
I guess a good example of that is in the book of Samuel, real quick, when the Israelites had the ark with them, bro, the Philistines were scared as shit. I mean, they wanted to kill themselves, bro. They're like, man, what should you do? At the end of the day, the Lord allowed the Philistines to conquer them, to basically destroy them in battle. But then you hear that if Israel had the power, they tremble, they scared. They're like, damn, the Lord's with them. Like, what the fuck we're going to do? But the Exodus.
Well, even in this time, you read 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, it tells you about how Yahweh Shai is coming back. You think him and his joint heirs are going to be something to play with? No. You know, because what? It says, right now we're fishers, but we'll be turned into hunters. Right? And then it's, when you go to, again, in Isaiah 14, it says that we'll have power, man. Or no, Isaiah 41, if I'm not mistaken, in 14. It says we'll have power, man. You know? We'll tread upon these nations, man. That's what it's going to be. It's what it is. They did it to us.
Exodus 19 and 4. Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagle's wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine.
So you gotta realize that, hey, as Israel, you are a special nation, a special people to the Most High. You're not like these other nations, man. So the Lord said, they don't show like a spittle. As they take up very little, they get very little space, man. Israel is basically me important. He doesn't care about nations. You go afflict Moab all day, every day. If you afflict Lord's people, man, he has a problem with that, bro.
Right.
That's what they did, bro. You know, they messed with the wrong people. You know, they messed with the, like Apostle Tahar once said, the sovereign rulers of the earth, man. You know, the apple of the Heavenly Father's eyes. You know, that peculiar people, man. And they did, like brother was saying, you know, they went overboard with it. The scriptures say that they helped forward the affliction, man. All right, so that means that there was a certain amount of hell the Lord wanted them to bring to us, these motherfuckers went above and beyond, man. You know, the delectable Negro, you know, the games that they used to play with our people, man. You know, the rape, robbery that they did to our women, you know, to our men. You know, there's a lot to pay for, man. You know, and you see, that's what we say when the scriptures say that, you know, he that killed with the sword shall be killed with the sword. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Because of the way that you oppressed us was on a whole different level that any other people have witnessed, man. You know, Book of Lamentation goes into that. You know, no other nation, man, has suffered what Jerusalem went through. You know, Yahushua himself said, hey, the kingdom of heaven suffereth much violence. You know, and the oppressors take it by force, man. You know, that's been our history basically for the last 2,000 years, man, being oppressed. Okay, going into different captivities. Okay, and this is the last leg of the last captivity, man, being that this is that renewed Roman Empire. You know, this is the beast that's going to be taken down by our Lord Yahushua. You know.
So say we're still honestly constant oppression, man. It's just because they said that slavery ended doesn't mean that it actually ended. This and that. It's like, you know what? We can't do like this no more. We'll do it no way. It's like playing by the rules. It's honestly Esau's like a little kid, right? That says, oh, you can't do this because I'm doing it, basically. And the whole bank system and credit system, man. Say we're still under slave, bro. Like, you going out the Exodus credit.
Back in what was it, Exodus 19 and 4, right?
Yeah, just go to verse 6 now.
Back in Exodus 19 and 6, it says, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel.
So you realize who our people are, honestly, today. The Lord has upheld us to a standard, basically. They want these standardized people. Today, like, you know, you look at your kid, right? You hold nothing but the best of them. You want them to do right. That's the Lord was with us, man. He wants us, all right, yeah, I know you can do right. I know you can be better, man. You look at a crack kid, like, all right, you don't care about what he's doing. You can smoke crack all damn day. You don't give a shit, bro. But with Israel, with us and Most High, but he wants us to be a holy people. He wants us to be a people of standard, a people of rulers and kings.
This is Isaiah 48 and 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction, man. See, so we're gonna go through things because the Lord is perfecting us, man. He's putting us through chastisement because he's dealing with us as sons. You know, just like any son, like brothers always say, we've been marinated in the Babylonian Jews for a very long time. So we tend to do as the world wants to do, man, because we still in the flesh. You know, we ain't perfect yet. You see, so that's what the scripture's going into when it says the furnace of affliction, because we're being purged and purified from the evil, man. You know, from the world. You know, that old man is being put to death, man, and that new man, you know, in Yahushua is being reborn. You know, this is a very spiritual thing that's happening. You know, got it.
This is a very spiritual thing, man. Coming back to the Most High. You know, it's honestly been lost for years and years and years. The Lord has called us to return. Most High part of elect, man. Hey, that's a blessing. That's the truly biggest blessing you ever had, man. But you can get let's get real quick. You get a Psalms 103 verse 17. Because as a people, man, we are a holy people. We are you gotta be honest, like nationally, basically. Like, you know what? We are Israel.
You gotta think that's why the law was given to us, man. The law made us separate from these other nations, man. The law wasn't to punish us. You know what I mean? The law was because when you look at it, it'll make you, it'll make you a god amongst men, man. When you look at the law, you know, these other nations aren't gods, man. They're heathen. You know, that's why they're not given the law. The Lord hasn't dealt with them. When you look at the law was given unto us, man. Like, hey, this is how y'all supposed to live. This is what it is. This is what it ain't. Instructions. You know, and these other nations, they don't. You see how they listen. They own the world right. Well, they don't own the world, but they rule the world right now. You see how the world is in shambles. You see, look at these Moabites, man. Look how they get down, man. They eat live food, man. That's mind-boggling, man. You know, look at Esau. He'll eat a steak blue. They call it blue when it's 10 seconds on each side, man. Look how they get down, man. Look how dirty they live, man. Look how they deal with it. Look how they listen, man. Scriptures talk about usury. Scriptures talk about interest and all that, man. How you not, you know? Look how they do it. You know what I'm saying? But
That acronym we use, basic instructions before leaving Earth, bro. That's what the Bible, that's what the Most High gave us, bro. An instruction on how to live a godly life, man. How to be separate from the world. You see, like the brother described different things. Hey, if you start eating enough of that raw meat, man, that shit brings parasites into your system.
worms, yeah.
You know, if you don't have good hygiene, you become ill, man. The scriptures talk about all these things, man. It talks about like basic things, like you don't put a ox with a donkey because it's an uneven balance. Just on little things like that, man. That the scripture instructs you. It tells you to keep what a land Sabbath, bro, so that what years from now you don't have to use as many pesticides and all these different chemicals that they now have to use to keep the land growing. Okay, so just on principle, bro, if you follow the Bible and the laws in it, your society is gonna thrive, bro. Okay, and that's why this society is decaying, because they don't do it.
You gotta say the Sabbath itself, man. It basically guarantees you, basically every 7 days, that hey, you have a day off. That you're not supposed to work at all, and your servants too. Because even Esau, all the hell and oppression give us, man. Hey, he doesn't have the Sabbath off, bro. Yeah, see, we are truly a wholly different, because Esau will work you to basically to your death, man. Work you to the bone. He'll work you just enough where you can come back to work tomorrow. But most time, like, alright. But most time, like, alright, I'm gonna give you the day of rest, basically not wasn't doing anything but just relax, chill, go with the scriptures, man, and just be you, man. Just relax, just chill out. That's how basically how wants us to be as a people, man. So what? Not eating pork, right? Pork has hella pesticides in it. Pork is something that you don't want to eat, man. Let's say once on go pick down. Or fish, bro. Moab loves that pork fish, bro. That shit will kill you.
That's epic. Yeah, that shit would knock you down.
That shit will literally kill you. Yep, they enjoy. They say it's a delight. And I was looking at a video at that, man. It looked like this plain white meat, like paper thin meat. You can barely like piece of paper and say, oh yeah, we enjoy it because you're supposed to have that shit will kill you. Don't cut it right. That shit will kill you. Don't eat it right now. And they eat it raw still too. Okay. All right.
I got one. This is our
that's as deep as Jake gonna go. It's a fist in the air, man. You know, can't stand you niggas, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As the cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. It says they are waxing fat. They shine. Yeah, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land, man. And that's what the Lord's beholding, man. Every day. You know, the scriptures say that the Lord's name is blasphemed every day, man. You know, you blaspheme the name of the Lord, not only by calling him, you know, by all these other bywords, but by not following his commandments, man, by not doing after his law to the best of your ability. So it says, the prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests rule by their means, and my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof, man? So our people love being in the condition that they in, man. They love celebrating these pagan holidays, man, birthdays and bullshit. They love celebrating Christmas and 4th of July, you know, where when you go deep into the history of all of these different so-called holidays, man, they go back to Roman practices. They go back to Greek mythology, man. Okay, you're basically worshiping other gods, man. You know, Ashereth, you know, Baal, Molech, okay? That's where all these so-called wicked days get their inspiration from, man. That's what Jeremiah 10, what does it say? You know, do follow not after the heathen. Don't do after them, man. You know? Because that's what comes, death. Death comes out of that, man. You know? You got it.
Yeah, we're good. Actually, we get that real quick. You know, Jeremiah 10 real quick.
Hey, if I may say one thing too, that's why if you notice, bro, a lot of especially within the northern tribes, for like these holidays, they always eat that pork, bro. That's a big part of their customs. And I know in Jamaica they do that shit too. I think they call it lechon or some shit like that. And it's a big ass pork, man. You see, that's just no coincidence, bro. Our people doing that shit, man. You know, where at one point in history, man, our people will die before they ate pork, man. You know, but that's the condition we're in.
before real quick. I think there's when they're trying to study the Aztecs, they wouldn't eat pork. They said, as a law, they had like, don't eat pork, don't do this, do that.
Yeah, the Spanish were tripping out because they were they were amazed that the people weren't eating the pork. But it all goes back to the customs, man.
So this car loves that pork. They love it so goddamn much, but they'll make that shit work, man.
Hey, Judah does too, man. All the tribes love that shit, man. They all eat it.
Well, shit, Judah, chitlins, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's that plantation, that whole plantation plate, man. Chitlins, ham, all that shit, man.
Ese car got them chicharrón, bro. That's basically the pig skin, bro.
Yeah.
Oil.
Yeah.
Hot oil. That's nasty, bro.
They love that shit, bro.
Yeah. I was like, God damn.
All right, come on, bro. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
He's honestly, we're not supposed to be like the heathen, man. The Lord has set us up as a particular people, man. We have our holy days. We have our own customs, man. Why won't we be like them? Oh, we do birthdays and shit, but I want to be like, why do that, man?
Hey, even Daniel, bro, when Daniel was in he was like, I'm not going to eat of the king's provision, the meat. And well, a lot of those meat, it was a lot of, the apostle said, like a lot of carbs and could have been like foul meat. You see in the test was what? I shall eat fruit and
they were shining brighter than ever.
Green, and they were shining brighter than the heathen, man. Because hey, the Lord, the diet that the Lord gave us keeps us pure, man. It keeps our bodies running better. You know what I mean? And that's why them fucking gooks be looking the way they look, bro. They smell the way they smell.
Yeah.
You know when a motherfucker be eating a lot of pork and shrimp, bro.
Yeah.
They get this smell. Even when they go to the shitter, man, you shit different when you eat pork and shit, bro. I remember when I used to do that shit. It smells, bro. It's a very bad smell. Whereas now we don't need that shit. You don't really have like that issue anymore. You know? That's just decaying inside you, bro. The body don't know what to do with that pork when it goes in your body, bro. Because it's not food. You know? The body doesn't know how to break it down, man. You know? And it creates what? Cancer in you. It kills you, man. Parasites. Got it.
Jeremiah 10 and 3. For the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Because at the end of the day, real quick, I want to say, their customs are vain, man. They first of all use God, but there is no God right there. There's no Baal. All that shit is honestly false, man. Now the Lord's getting mad at you if you're doing all that because, like, bro, like you know why it's false, why it's doing it, basically. So they just don't fuck with it at all, man. You know?
It's Ephesians 4 and 14 that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. And I brought that out, man, because you should be no more tossed to and fro. Because right now they have tomorrow, which they call it Easter Sunday, man. All right, and the word Easter is mentioned one time in the New Testament. But when you go into the Greek word of it, and the breakdown of that word, it means Passover, basically. So you're tossing to and fro. You don't understand what Easter is supposed to so-called represent. It's supposed to be, represented as Passover, but that comes with what? The unleavened bread, the Feast of Unleavened, and ultimately it comes with the blood being on the posts of the children of Israel. That's what it's really about. All right, when death passed over Israel and we didn't get slayed, but the firstborn of all the children of Egypt got slayed. That's supposed to come into your mind when you think of the Passover or so-called Easter. But they think about hiding eggs and see, plant some eggs and see if your kids can find which egg, this, that, and the third. It's way off, man.
That goes back to Ishtar, bro. Ishtar was the goddess of fertility. So when those eggs, that basically represents fertility, bro. So it goes back to paganism, That's what Constantine did, bro, during the Council of Nicaea. He brought forth all these pagan ideas and kind of morphed them with the Bible, the different so-called holy days. Well, not the so-called, but the holy days. They blended it in, man, so that the pagans could come in and still worship, and that brought money and all. That's what Scripture say: be not in it for filthy lucre's sake, because now you're gonna warp the message so that it becomes profitable for you in your pocket, man. That's why Yahweh was so angry at the money exchanges and them, that they were doing that job at the temple. That's why he whooped their asses, bro.
It was flipping tables and shit, man. I want to stay real quick on that Easter. They say, because they loosely Christianity try to say, put into, right? They say Jesus rose on Sunday and died Friday. So 3 days, right? But like that's not even 3 days. This is what we got. Saturday sundown's 1 day. Sunday sundown, that's 2 days. Then that's only 2 days. And it's always a different day for them, basically. Easter's always on a different day, different month, different year. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Because he rose on the 4th day. You know, he was actually in the grave for 3 days. And that next day, that's when he rose, man.
Yeah, I'm saying there's a whole shit's off, man. And so basically, it'd be on a Tuesday. But yeah, there was always Sunday, basically. There was somehow always different Sunday and different Friday.
Well, that came by with the Gregorian calendar, man, because they ain't even. That's not how they kept the days back in the day, man.
Because there's no Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday in the Bible. It's day 1, day 2, all the way to day 7, man. That's what it is.
That goes back to paganism, you know. Some the Saturn, Uranus, all those different days of the week are named after Greek gods and shit.
Sunday sun worship, right? Yeah, the Gregorian, because like I said this a couple weeks ago. To know that the calendar is all fucked up, look at the months. 7 is September, right? But why is September the 9th month? Octo is 8. Why is October the 10th month?
December.
Decade, December. Decade means 10. Why is December the 12th month? And I think when you go into those months, January and February, I think those are 2 made up months. But then you got months that 28 days, 31 days, 30. So it's all kind of shit, man. But we got it earlier. He should seek to change times. God, you know. So yeah, man. But that's how you know we under the heathen, man. That's how you understand. That's how you know.
And when we get in our kingdom, we're gonna know exactly what year we're in, man. We're gonna know everything. And we're gonna know what will happen to the tribe of Daniel. The brother brought out that point. We're gonna understand all that. We're gonna get those different books that the Bible describes, man. What is the book of Joshua? I think that was mentioned. The book of the wars. You know, there's certain books that are not available to us at this time because prophecy it doesn't really. It's not gonna keep us from not getting the salvation that we're gonna get. We got everything we need right now, bro.
Alright, so beautiful. Real quick. So you have to go on all these the church said the whole book, Enoch book, all that, man. That book right there, that's not in the scripture, man. The Lord has given us all the tools we need for our salvation right now. Our salvation. You don't have all the truth, but we have 100% of what we have, basically. We have 100% of truth out of like the 90% that we have. So you say you're not containing salvation. Point on the Jeremiah real quick.
I have one if I may too. It's back to what you just said. This is 1 John 2:20. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
All right. It's the book of Jeremiah 10, and I believe we're on verse 3. It's Jeremiah 10 and 3. It says, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workmen with an axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
So that's the whole shit, man. Now what they do, they get a tree, they deck it with silver and gold, and they fasten it, they get those little shits on the bottom, make sure it doesn't move and shit, man. So that shit's in vain. That's the way they heathen. You're not supposed to do shit like that, man. Where you going?
It says, verse 5, it says, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good.
So at the end of the day, all that shit, it's also all vain, right? It is there just for show. This is bread and circus, the whole purpose, all that shit, man. The whole Easter shit, all that there is just for show, man. There is no goddamn all these other gods in there, bro. It's just empty, man.
One of our brothers brought this out already. This is Amos 5:21. Because I hate and I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. And if you look into these feast days now, they all have a different meaning. Because our people don't look deep enough into the feast days. They think Christmas is really so-called Jesus' birthday. They think Easter is they're really celebrating the Lord, right? And it's not the case. You got to look into it and understand what you're celebrating, right? They think Halloween ain't bad because, it's for the kids, But you got to understand, what are you representing, man? You got to dive deeper into what the hell does this mean, man? Are you worshiping the dead? Are you worshiping Nimrod's penis? Come on, man. Are you worshiping Ishtar, the fertility god? Right? When you go into, but then they say, no, we just, it ain't, the Lord knows my intentions. Come on, man. But you got to understand what it is, man. You got to understand, because why would it say he despised and hate the feast days? Right? You got to understand, why would you do that he hates? Okay, you got to look deeper into what's really, because the so-called white man, he gonna have you follow some shit that benefit him, whether it's for money purposes, whether it's for you disrespecting the Lord, right? He gonna have his shit set up in front. So you gotta look behind it. Okay, what is this, man? Let's go deeper into what this really is and what we're really doing. Then you understand, oh shit, I'm worshiping some bullshit. Oh shit, and the Lord don't get down with that, man. But our people, they go along to get along, man. They have that mentality. You can't have that mentality being a Hebrew Israelite.
But they say it's for the kids. It's for the children, man. Well, it's really care about your children. You wouldn't even do it, man.
Right.
Because your children have do something else, bro. Like go be an actual parent. Go fucking take them out. Go take them apart. Go do spend time with children instead of like, oh, I have to on this day because the government told me. That shows how much of basically the whole sheep mentality people have, man. They just follow along to get along, basically. Because I have met even like people that don't believe in the Bible worship Christmas, they do Easter. Is why it's to go along to get along.
Right.
It's the wine, bro, that wine. We're drinking off of it.
And was got more stuff. That's it. That was edifying. All praises going to
Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakash.
That's it. Shalom.
Shalom.